The time has come to say goodbye to one of the greats of our time. It has seen champions come and go, and entertained the crowd with quite a show.
We are racing at Mount Panorama.
So the revs rise for the final round of the iRacing V8 Supercar Series, the grand finale at Oran Park. We are underway.
He's going to have to jump. Madison down with a fantastic start.
Late on the brakes. Oh, contact.
Oh, Madison's
Contact there. Madison down's gone round. More contact. Ruggy is around. It's a big one. And he's going to collect it. Huge incident. 3 or 4 cars all involved.
run wide. This is it. Jared's going to get a run down the front straight. He's carrying that pace all the way to the start finish line. On this turn, he'll understeer too wide. He's touched the grass. That's where he's off. He's fired off through the gravel. He's got to keep it off the tyres. Oh, it's a battle of the brake pads. They go into the chicane, trying to grab too much curve, a little bit sideways.
Madison has got the inside. Oh, almost contact between teammates.
Hampstead will win Racing Champion 6.
Here he comes. Oh, he's on too much, is he? Oh, he's held on to him. There's a hard stop.
We've got Michael Schragen involved.
Go 4. That's crazy. Hold your breath, stuff, as they come into the turns. Oh, the gain through the hairpin. Look how close it is between both. Oh, we're going to big incident back there in the field. Looks like all the hyper simulator Falcons. A dominant season for Madison Down and
Mistake and 2-hour session, so a lot of time for the guys, and it should be ultra exciting. Following this, we will have a top 15 shootout, and we cannot wait. Jay Kennedy here with you, and alongside me I have Daniel Bryant. Daniel, about time, it's finally here, the Bathurst 1000.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good to get us two old ducks out of retirement to come and commentate for it. So yeah, it's fantastic. We feel like we've been talking about this forever, and it's finally here. So it's good to see. It's been some fantastic pre-qualifying sessions over the week. So it's going to be an awesome night tonight.
Yeah, cannot wait. So we'll see. We've got a 2-hour qualifying session, so a lot of time for guys to actually get a chance to put a lap in. We will see a lot of action, and obviously, as I was just saying, a top 15 shootout at the end of this to make it even more special. Tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, we will have the Bathurst 1000 race live, exclusive, and in full here at V8s Online. We cannot wait for that. It should be a fantastic race. All 161 laps will be live in HD. Cannot wait.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be brilliant. 161 laps. That's monumental, really, isn't it? To be able to sit here and actually do one of those races and have the team mode in full effect. It's going to be brilliant to see. And I think this is the first of our enduros. I've seen a few other things with some guys doing some amazing things, talking about 24-hour races. That's nuts.
We also talking there is a 24-hour race going on, which will start overnight tonight. The Spa 24-hour race will happen overnight tonight. So a couple of names that we'll be missing from this session that we would normally expect to see that will be not running due to that.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
Cannot wait.
A little bit disappointing that we won't be able to spectate the 24-hour race, which should be an awesome race and big names in that Spa one. But we've got some massive names still here in the V8 Supercar, so that's great to see as well. And as we come out live to you guys, we'll try and give you a little bit of information about what's happening in that 24-hour race, because I think there's a few of big names that are over there racing. Renz Brookman, I do believe, is doing the Spa 24.
Yep, Renz is probably the biggest name that's familiar to the guys V8 Supercar arena. And obviously the biggest thing we haven't talked about yet is the car that is on track at the moment is the Holden Commodore. That is the most exciting thing of all for me.
I know it is, isn't it? And you know what? I didn't even bring it up because it just feels so natural having it there. It's just like, oh yeah, it's just a V8 supercar. It should be there all the time. You're just so used to having it, but it's not. Completely new. Feels brilliant. Absolutely fantastic to drive this thing. And these guys are getting the most out of it already. Like, we've only had it for a week and they're absolutely smashing the times.
Yep, we saw in pre-qualifying fastest lap time of 2:02. A few guys into the 2:02 bracket on screen now. Co-driver, technically, Lee Ellis, a fantastic driver in his own right, but he's co-driving with Madison Down in, they're calling it Team Blorange because one half orange, one half blue. So Team Blorange is Lee Ellis and Madison Down in car 77. And they qualified P1 in pre-qualifying with the 2:02.1. So absolute optimal conditions for qualifying or pre-qualifying with overcast conditions, a very, very cool track temp and tailwinds down Conrad Straight. It's pretty much the most ideal situation you could hope for in a qualifying session for those conditions. I apologise with the overlays as well. It appears that every time we have a new driver joining the session, the overlays are crashing, so we won't have any on-screen graphics for a little while. We'll get those up as we can, but at the moment, Jared Filsell from Lee Ellis, Chad Chastain, and we're hearing that the guys are predicting a low 2:03 will be the time that they're expecting to beat, and then obviously we'll still have top 15 shootout after this as well.
Yeah, it's going to be some fantastic times really around here. The top 15 shootout is going to be absolutely awesome. You know, one lap, win it or bin it style racing. That's what we like to see.
Jarrett Filsell 2:04 flats. Lee Ellis a 2:04.8 now. Interesting, we've seen in the past that guys, they're slow out lap, one flying lap, and that's it. But hearing the guys say that they might be able to get 2 or 3 laps before the tyres are actually getting up to full temp. So we're going to see a few laps on a run as opposed to those one flying lap stints we've always been used to seeing. We also won't see the slow out laps like we've seen in the past as well, which is great. It should clean up the out laps, and we shouldn't see guys running off the track to get out of the way quite as much as we used to.
Yeah, definitely. It's I actually noticed I did a few laps in this, and in a few of the other cars, you've really got to be quite conservative on your out lap, otherwise it can get a little bit taily. So, you know, it's good to see that kind of realism in there and trying to get heat into your tyres so you can get a good lap down. But yeah, it's about the third lap till they really start to come on here.
Yeah, Jared Filsell just breaking his best lap time then. He's now into the 2:03s, 2:03.985. Plus that number on the side of his car does look very familiar for that exact reason. His teammate for this race tomorrow will be Scott McLaughlin, so driving the 33 car, the same style as on Scotty's Volvo, so he'll be looking to put it up the front for Scott, and they'll have a probably be really favourites to win the race tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, it should be a fantastic pairing, Scott McLaughlin, Jared Filsell. It's good to see Scott McLaughlin. Obviously, he's been very busy boy the last 2 years, but it's good to see him in here giving it a crack again. Obviously, when he was in the development series, he was a series regular for us, so fantastic to see him out there.
Of course, he was co-commentator at V8s Online at one point.
Yes.
Jump in the commentary box every now and again, which was always good fun.
Yeah, definitely. When he binned it, so you know, maybe he might bin it tomorrow and he'll join us again, and it'll really feel like old times.
Yeah,
a little weird, a little quirky, but still, it's online.
Another guy that's joined us in the commentary box. We haven't talked about him for a little while. We'll see if we can get Josh Muggleton on screen. A little bit of a different pairing with Muggo. Muggo Josh will be partnering with Muggo Jared in Team Muggo Racing. So the Muggleton brothers will be teaming up together, which is fantastic. Very, very unique experience for guys in that aspect to team up together.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, Muggo's brother, not someone that we've used to seeing, so it's good to see him out there and giving it a crack. I'm sure Josh has put the law down with him if you stuff this up that you're paying for the carton of beer. So yeah, it's good to see them out there doing something a little bit different.
Saying that, Jared's not that slow, so Jared's time alone would have been enough to qualify for this race by himself. So Jared's pretty quick in his own right. So that'll be a pretty strong pairing come tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. The current top three at the moment is Jared Filsdale from Bo-Catal, Lee Ellis, Tom Jones in fourth with a 2:05 flat. Tom Jones in the KRF Racing. I'm used to saying Falcon, it's great to say Commodore. We've got a fair bit of damage on the side of the car, so we talk about the guys can't escape. They have to drive back to the pits and then they can do whatever work is required to their car, but without going to the pits they can't leave their car. If they do and try to go back out on track, it'll be effectively red flag rules. Best lap time is white and they will be excluded from the remainder of the session.
Definitely. Probably we should also talk to all our viewers out there that have just started tuning in as well. Obviously, this is a charity event that we do, supporting the Kids with Cancer Foundation, a cause that, you know, we're definitely behind, and we like to donate what we can when we can to them, and we also like to get our viewers to get behind it. So, you know, if you've got a few dollars here spare, give up a coffee for a week or something, and just chuck in a donation to the Kids with Cancer Foundation. I'm pretty sure we've got a link up on our Facebook page, and if not, we'll chuck some fresh ones up there for you guys.
Yep, it will be donate donate.v8sconline.com.au. Now, big news, Mitchell McLeod, massive damage to his car coming through the cutting, and he has to get that back to the pits. If he doesn't, he will be out of the session. That is massive damage to his car.
Oh, geez, it's pouring, isn't it?
Not looking very good at all. He has to get it into the lane and into his box, so we'll see how that works out. But the damage to that car is astronomically massive.
Jeez, I think the front and back's gone off that one.
Yeah, we'll try and get a replay up on screen, but the other thing with that is he actually hasn't posted a lap time either.
Oh, that's worrying.
So if he doesn't get it back to the lane, he'll start from 50th tomorrow. 50th to come through the field. Interesting that in regards, obviously this is the championship round for the Premier Series, the final round of our 7-round series. Currently P1 is Richard Hampstead, 298 points ahead of this man Mitchell McLeod as he just blows up coming into the chase, so he might not make it. Now, 298 points, why is that interesting? Race win is 300 points, so the only man that can win the championship other than Richard Hampstead is Mitchell McLeod. He must win the race, and Richard Hampstead must DNF.
Jeez, he'd be clutching that thing all the way down, wouldn't he?
Yep.
Scary
Got it
stuff.
to 80, still going, so
He
keep
might
our
make
eye
this
on
in.
Mitchell.
Although he's going to have to slow down here for the pit speed. He's going to want to hope that his pit's fairly close to the entry.
I'll have to see if we can get a car to help push him down.
No, if I was out there, I definitely wouldn't be helping Mitchell McLeod. That guy's a jerk.
I shouldn't let you say that about my team boss. He's made it back into the pits. What's interesting in regards to team news,
it's pretty desperate when Mitch has taken you on, Jack.
Interesting in regards to team news, we are a few drivers obviously used to drive for the V8SCOPS family who have moved on and actually joined up with teams. So myself with Paul Motorsport, but our director Seb Murray Westberg, he's joined the JFF boys, racing with those guys this season, and also Reese Gardner and Matthew Barron, they've off and joined the Custom Image team, the Daco team. So well done to those guys.
Yeah, it's good to see a few of the boys moving around and whatnot, getting into teams and whatnot. It's good to see Seb back directing again, a bit of a change. Obviously, overlay's not working, so we're going to blame that on Seb, not the new software. But yeah, it's good to see, you know, and it's good, you know, everyone here supports V8s Online, all the teams support V8s Online, so there's probably no points to have a V8s Online team, really, because most of the cars normally have V8s Online tags on them, so it's good to see, and, you know, thanks to everyone for supporting the guys. Did you go with Mitch because that was the only offer out there for you, Jay?
No, I actually had a couple of offers, which was fantastic, so made me feel
really?
quite good to have a couple of offers.
And Mitch was
on
the
table.
best?
Oh, I don't know about don't know about the best, but yeah. We've got 1 hour and 43 minutes left in the session. At the moment, we've got 2 ANZ cars, P1, P2, Jared Filsell, Bo Cattell, then it's Lee Ellis, Sean Kelly, John Latham, Tom Jones, Michael Fulcher, Ian Ford, Sam Sutton and Vale Riches. Top 10 at the moment. Now we've got a car facing the wrong direction. We've got 2 cars in all sorts of trouble
that does not
through the
look
cutting.
Good. Joshua Burden looks like he's not going to be moving.
Yep, so we might have got our first couple of drivers that will have to escape.
Mark Pickett might be able to get... He's not in a good spot there. Oh, Mark Pickett.
Mark Pickett, yeah, that's not a place to park.
Oh, he's struggling to get that going. Might need to get the officials involved in this. This is not a good spot. He's got it around. Oh,
got all sorts of damage to that car. The front wheels on that, and Josh Burden as well. He's come out in front of the car on a flying lap. Saying that I don't think he's got much choice. He's just trying to get it back to the lane. It's gonna be a tough job for that car to get the whole way back around the track.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have much luck. I think we might see our first DNFs.
Josh Burden has posted a lap 2:07.5, so at least he's got a lap in the books. And he's now blown up, so very, very tough to make it the whole way back around from where he is. Got to get it up over the rise here and he might make it home.
Oh, here we go. He's going to get a bit of speed coming down here. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be in for a much chop here. No.
It's going to be a fun ride down the hill though. Hardest thing is he's got to try and keep out everyone's way, but he can't accelerate to get out of anyone's way. The car's coming up behind to possibly help push down the hill. The one thing we will apologise for in regards to overlays when they're actually working, they won't show correctly the driver that's in the car, so they only read the first driver in the car. We will have to refresh to get the correct driver information, so we apologise if the wrong driver is displayed from who's actually in the car, but it's a bit beyond our control at the moment. We're going to have a look at the 31 car. So this is Damien Butler teaming up with our very, very good friend Stephen Sandman Clark.
Hello.
Big hello to Sandman. I know he is watching. He's already sent me a message to say he's watching. So hello Sandman. I know he's at an event tonight. So disappointing. I was really hoping he could be in the commentary box with us tonight, but unfortunately not.
No, but it's good to see him out there. Damien Butler, obviously a fantastic little racer. But I don't know how I feel about this teammate pushing situation. I think if your engine blows up, it should be done.
Well, I think that's what teammates are for, though. I guess, Daniel. But
I don't know. How often would you see this? actually
in real
happening.
life, probably never, but
Yeah.
after 20 minutes of the session, it's still Phil Sell from Cattell. So Phil Sell and McLaughlin, Cattell and King, Alice and Down, Sean Kelly and Tony Autridge, and in fifth is John Latham, Richard Hampstead.
I've got to say, there's some pretty fantastic looking liveries out there.
Yeah, you are
for this
correct.
one. I'm actually just looking at the Multi 21 of Brock Salmon at the moment with the GTI, kind of taking ode to the Kmart Commodore of Greg Murphy. Looks fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic looking car.
Obviously the Sim Racer cars from JFF. If you haven't actually, have you checked out Sim Racer, the magazine?
Can't say I've read it yet. No.
No, fantastic. You put up a link. Actually, I'm going to put up a link on the Facebook page. You guys can check it out. You can sign up for a subscription. It's good to see some guys out there and actually putting a magazine out there to show how big our sport's actually growing. So yeah, we'll put some details out there for you guys so you can have a look at it.
Speaking of liveries, need to talk about this one with Richard Elwood. Bit of sad situations come through as part of the Mad Cow team. Their longtime skinner Rhett, unfortunately their 3-year-old child passed away. 3-year-old Brittany passed away a couple of weeks ago, so absolutely devastating for those guys. They're running a bit of a tribute on their livery with the little love heart with Bethany on it. So yeah, absolutely tragic for those guys. So they're all pulling together, and our condolences to Rhett's family.
Yeah, a little bit scary they're coming to pit entry, but yeah, definitely our condolences are out there. You know, we're thinking about you. It's always sad to hear something like that happen in our community, and it's always good to see that our community will support, you know, people when something like this happens. Thankfully, it doesn't happen too often.
Josh Muggleton, a little bit of damage to that car, but currently sitting 36 yet to post a time.
Okay,
a competitive time, that is.
We'll sit back to Muggo. This car pushing, this team pushing thing. Okay, I understand you want to get your teammate back in there to do another lap, but Brock Seven was just sitting in pit entry in a very dangerous spot, waiting for his teammate to come back and give him a push back into pit. I don't know how safe this is. Honestly, if you were a single team entry and you got your car taken out by one of these guys waiting, you would not be the happiest person.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying, but I'm fairly sure Race Control is watching over this sort of situation. So, in saying that, there's been nothing mentioned in the rules to say that it can't be done. So, there's nothing in the rules to say it can't be done. Then everyone will assume it can be done.
This is true. I'm sure the guys at OSR and Race Control are definitely onto this.
On board with Dylan Sharman, about to start a flying lap, teaming up with Matthew Hill in the team TTV, TTL sister car. Must say I really like the orange wheels on this.
Yeah, they definitely stand out.
At the moment, P41 yet to put down an actual flying lap time yet. Almost the rub of the wall coming across the top.
Definitely giving it all it's got.
There's nothing left in it.
Sorry, dude. I know it again.
Oh, we've got a few cars just up there that have
Oh,
stopped.
facing the wrong direction. Vince and Clayton Brooks. Been a fairly committed lap from Sharman. See what the time is. He crosses the line. 2:06.5. That'll push him up to 23rd. I know he won't be happy with that. But as we said, you can go on for a couple of laps as your tyres will increase their grip and ability. So don't just see these one lap times.
Just having a quick squiz through the field. Actually, that just kind of worked out. Having a quick squiz through the field at Squizzer, who's on a fairly decent lap, it looks like.
And Matthew Barron teaming up with our former commentator as well, Corey Slade. Good to see him back driving a car again.
Yeah, all the old crew's back again.
Even
It's a bit weird.
in a throwback livery as well.
Yeah, good to see Matthew Barrow and Corey Slade out there giving it a run. Looking fairly dedicated there, Squids. I think this might be his first flying lap.
Yep, from what I can see, it's the first attempted flyer. There's a lot of time in this session, 2-hour session, so some guys will decide to just go out and put a banker in and walk away for a few minutes and come back, and other guys will try and punch out lap after lap. So interesting to see what the strategy is. I think the guys that'll take a bit of a breather might find themselves, is Barron a little bit too committed, runs off at the chase. I think the guys that might take a bit of a breather might find themselves looking a bit better by the end of the session.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're just looking at Jared Filsell, he is absolutely committed every lap. Which is pretty much what you expect to see with that number 33 on the side of a V8 supercar. There we go, fastest lap. 2:03.736 from Filsell. Now got half a second on the next car in the field. We now have our first driver who has been removed from the session, which is Josh Burden, and I'm pretty sure Curtis Chipaway is also out. Been crashed out by the looks. If I can find some more information from the pits as to what's going on there. They've blown up on the front straight, so that's a bit strange. I think he may have accidentally downshifted.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. Barrett maintaining his speed. He's still going for it. He's actually quicker.
This is where you're gonna get your pace from. If you can put back-to-back laps together around here, then you're definitely going to be in a good position for tomorrow.
Might send a bit of a shout out while we're going. We'll send out a couple of shout outs. We'll shout out to Andy Wallace, team member of OSR. He's actually watching in Osaka, Japan at the moment. So hello to Andy, and also to Sandman. We know he's watching. So if you are watching from wherever you are in the world, send us a message on Facebook and we'll say hello to you. There we go, another fastest lap for Jared, 2:03.7. Go to Chad Chastain now. driving in the STC Motorsports North American team. We've got our first 2 DQs now coming through.
Yeah, Brock Salmon, JFF Racing.
Good lap from Chastain. We're 5.2, so I'm pretty sure that's his first fly, but he's going to push on. Current best lap of a 2:04.8, so about a second off the pace, but P8. Obviously, you only need to get into that top 15 shootout. Other than that, it doesn't really matter.
So looking at Matthew Barron again, coming through the tippers. He's on it. Got Sam Sutton right behind him.
Looking at the timesheets, Michael Schreier's just moved up the timesheets up to P5 with a 2:04.6, so
Big
that's
damage
a pretty good lap.
on the side of Muggo's car. Looks like he's hit something pretty hard.
Jake Burden in the Dayco Motorsport number 47 entry. And Jake will be teaming up with Kurt Stenberg, who interestingly have already won a Bathurst 1000 this year. They won the JFF R-Factor Bathurst 1000, so they're hoping to make it 2 from 2 this year. Sector split time for Jake. Comes across the top of the mountain. There you go, 46.9, so about the same pace as his last flying lap. Obviously there's a little bit of a mistake, so they're around the 30-second mark for Sector 2. Now he's on a very good lap.
Yeah, a little bit of an issue there for Matthew Barron. He was coming around to Skyline, a little bit of a car in his way, so that's destroyed his flying lap.
30.2 at Sector 2 for Jake Burden, so not too bad a second split. Nice and committed into the chase. Good to see. Across the line. 2:05.328. Moves in from 17th up to 15th, so a couple of spot gain. Mitchell McLeod has been able to get his car back out on track after making it to the lane. Currently P13. Like a decent lap time. He'll be looking to get into the 4s, and there it is, 4.7 for Mitchell. So 4.8. Move up to 9th from 13th.
See a few guys still struggling to find the pace in this car and how far they can push it. Muggo 2:36.5, still his fastest lap.
One thing I'm really liking with the new build and the driver swaps is the cars staying in the pit lane while there's no driver in the car. I think that's a fantastic addition. Good to see all the cars lining up in pit lane while they're waiting to go back out again. Oh, watching Jake Burton, he's come out at Forest Elbow and Josh Muggleton's facing the wrong direction right in front of him, so probably not what he would have expected to see there.
Yeah, he's struggled. I'm just looking at Josh Muggleton at the moment. He struggled coming down the dippers, started drifting into the elbow and managed to flick it all the way around. So he's really struggling trying to get grip around this track.
Got a dog joining us in the commentary box as well. Hello to Daniel's dog, jumping in for a chat. Always good to hear Dog's opinion.
Yes, he's very well opinionated.
We see dog all the time on the forum, so no doubt he needed to have something to say on the commentary box.
Yes, he did. Just commentating on Muggleton's driving and how he thinks the car is feeling for him.
I think he's saying his setup's a bit rough.
Yes, that's the one. A bit rough. It's driving like a dog.
Boom, boom. We're on fire today, brother.
No.
Just like
I've
old
got
times.
children at. You've got a reason for dad jokes. I don't. It's the worst thing.
At Wayne Burke. I say these cars look really, really good. Beautiful livery on these cars. The Synergy Sim Racing team cars. Currently P45 yet to put down a lap. He'll be driving with Todd Parks. I believe made his first top split a couple of rounds ago in the Premier Series.
So a couple of old faces out there as well. It's good to see our American counterparts, Chad Chastain, out there giving it a run in the SDC Motorsport car.
Yeah, and another driver in the SDC cars, in pit racing. We've got Sam Compton driving alongside Sam. We'll actually have Sean Cole from Sim Pit join us in the race tomorrow. He'll also pop into the commentary box at some stage when he's not in the driver's seat, so I'll have a chat with him tomorrow, which will be fantastic, good fun.
Yeah, fantastic. I've got to say though, Sim Pit, I'm actually really enjoying that show at the moment. They're doing a fantastic job over there. Good to see Sean Cole doing something interesting. It's something I tune into regularly, so it'll be good to have him in the com box.
Yeah, a little bit different from what we're used to seeing as well, but not quite as good as Short Shift, of course.
No, we're massive short shift all the way. No, but in all honesty, the product reviews and stuff at Sim Pit I think are fantastic. So obviously we don't do those on short shift. We just talk iRacing, which is good. Fantastic. Get to catch up with lots of drivers. When is the next short shift episode?
Ah, well, interesting you say that. We're actually going to film next weekend over at a little track in Victoria. You may have heard of it, Winton Motor Raceway. You heard of that one?
Yeah, it's some dog box Mexican track, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a couple of guys that are racing there that you may have heard of. Ever heard of Justin Rougier?
Yeah, he
goes all right.
He's a little bit too big for us at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's a little bit too big. And there's another guy, he raced in that some GT Academy thing. I don't know if you've heard of him, Josh Muggleton.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to catch up with both of those guys next week.
Oh, cool.
That'll be fantastic. So obviously, we've already chatted to Justin on the show, but we'll chat to Muggo and catch up with him. So if anyone is in the Winton area, thinking of going over to have a look at the Winton 300 Enduro next Sunday, pop over. Myself and Sam Man will be there, so pop over and have a chat. Love having a chat with everyone.
Fantastic. And you know what we should do? If you're going to go through all that effort to catch up with Justin and Josh, obviously two massive names in sim racing and growing in the racing field as well, need to get like a little cheap slot car set and let them actually battle it out for who is the best.
Look, that'd be good. I almost think it's almost time to invite some drivers over for a slot car race off and actually have that as an episode one night. We need like on Top Gear you have the celebrity lap. Let's have the slot car lap.
Yeah, we should do it. We need to get you some cheap little Kia things for your slot car set. If anyone knows where you can get those from, that'd be fantastic. We'll buy a couple. They can be the short shift Kias.
We'll do that.
I would love to see
Don't
it.
stay tuned for that. We probably won't see it come on that on the show. No, I can't see it happening.
How are we actually going to find out the skill of drivers if they can't even race a
Can't
slot
drive
car?
on a slot car.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Slot
Probably
car
the only
academy.
thing-
Here we come.
Probably the only thing I can do that I'm better than a lot of drivers that are better than me in this. Watching Jason Dixon at the moment, driving with Sanjan Delilik in the High-Tech Sim Racing SimSpec entry. 2 charities on his car. So obviously the Kids with Cancer Foundation who are supporting here as part of this event, which is actually Racer Champions 10. Also have the MS Australia on there as well. So MS, fantastic charity as well. I actually do a lot of work with MS Australia at my work outside of sim racing. So fantastic charity. 2 charities we should get behind.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, to be quite fair, MS is obviously it's a really big deal. But it's once you get out of school and you stop doing MS Readathon, you don't really hear about it. So it's good to see those guys out there supporting it and getting behind it. And yeah, if it's a charity that you should really get behind, guys. So we had a bit of an incident at the cutting.
It may have been Wayne Burke facing the wrong direction. Yep, Wayne Burke facing the wrong direction. Very, very hard to get back out on the track in the right direction. And a bit of a gap in the traffic, and back around he goes.
Yeah, looks like this car's still going.
Yep, a little bit of damage to the front, but he'll get it back to the pits, get it repaired, and go again. Interesting, we've still got about 6 cars yet to put down a lap time. Hearing reports that Jake Burton may have blown the car up, and he has, coming in for the cutting. Can't move, that's day done, I think. Gonna see if we can get a replay. Looking, Mitchell McLeod's moved up the timesheets up to P3 with a 2:04.3. It appears that he may have just dropped it down the gears a little bit too quick, and she's blown up.
Muggleton's off again. Really struggling.
Obviously, guys have had 3 nights of practice with completely different weather conditions, which really influence how mentally you can drive the car. Obviously, that slight little change, you can't quite push it as hard, the tyre's not quite as grippy, track's a couple of seconds slower. It really affect you mentally if you're not prepared.
Yeah, definitely.
With a different setup. So if you've only been practicing on that one layout, that one setup, a little bit of a change, and it really can affect you psychologically.
Yeah, it's definitely going to make it a bit harder for the guys. You're braking a little bit earlier. You know, you're thinking about it a little bit more than what you need to. You can see a lot of guys here struggling to pull it up and hit apexes. So yeah, it looks like we've had another massive one.
Oh yeah, Aaron Pearce coming out of Griffin's, and he's facing the wrong direction with smoke absolutely billowing out of his car. I cannot see him making that back to the pits. He's got to be careful not to back out in front of cars as well. Just hearing from race control that the guys can't be pushed back to the pits. That's what they're actually disqualifying drivers for going back to the pits. Aaron Pearce is now gone back to the pit, so he's now out of the session. that's them. Those guys done, so they'll finish 27th.
It looks like not much. There's really not that much in there. If we're looking really between obviously first and the top 30, we're looking at a difference of 203.726, but then obviously back from that 204.052 in second place, and 30th is 206.229. So a few tenths either way, and you're pumping yourself up a fair few positions.
Top 45 separated by less than 4 seconds. And around a track like Bathurst, that's massive.
That's huge, and obviously there's still a few guys to get out there and really set a lap. Obviously Muggo struggling with the conditions. Looks like Sean Kelly might have escaped back to the pits. We'll try and get a bit of clarification around that.
We can find out about that one. Sean Kelly teaming up with Tony Aldrich, racing in PTR Super Black, obviously both Kiwis. They will be teaming up together. They're just confirming from race control, any car pushing another back to the pits will be disqualified. So they are eliminating that potential issue that we were watching before. So that's why we're seeing those two guys being disqualified earlier, and we'll also more than likely see another couple of cars get disqualified as well in the coming moments, probably.
Blake Coppo, Demodog Innovations. Looks like he's had a little bit of a trip up. Should be able to recover from that.
They can confirm the incident with Sean Kelly is now under review from race control, but looking like Sean actually has escaped from his car and will be disqualified from the rest of the session. So yeah, that's...
I've got to say though, the escape button rule would be very, very hard. It becomes such a force of habit, especially in qualifying sessions. As soon as you bin it or make a little mistake, you just hit escape. You don't even think about it. Just go straight back to the pits. So it'd be hard to kind of get your head around, but those are the rules. And you don't play by the rules, then you're done. Blake Coppo going again after his little bit of an incident up there at Skyline, currently sitting in 16th, just outside of the top 15. Philip Johansson had a little bit of an incident at turn 1. Obviously an international driver for us. He's from Sweden. He's just woken up, so still trying to shake off the tiredness.
So now, basically an hour into the session, we're still yet to see one of the big guns fire. As I just noticed a car fly off with the chase and into the wall very, very hard. David Baxter off at the chase and into the wall straight across the track. Luckily we haven't got the current spec track. He would have slammed the wall really hard.
Yeah,
it's Paul Gorrell actually in that car.
Looking at these guys, yeah. I mean, you kind of, I suppose, without the escape rule, you want to put in a fairly conservative but fast lap. Something that will hopefully bank you into the top 15 before you really go out and try and go balls to the wall, as they would say, and put in a decent lap time, something that is just outstanding. Although the number 33 car of Jared Filsell has obviously got that in already at a 203.726. I don't think I see much faster than that. Then
O'Brien's just moved up. He's moved on and into a new team this season. One Performance Racing. He'll drive alongside Dylan Shepherd, who those guys formerly teammates together at Synergy Sim Racing and Multi 21 Sim Racing. So gone off and started their own team. So that'll be interesting.
So Matthew Barron out on a hot lap again.
We were talking before about force of habit in regards to the escape button. What I was about to mention was a lot of guys have actually tried to remap all their buttons so that they can't reach for that escape button, but there's one button that you can't change.
I'd almost be ripping it off the keyboard.
Getting another keyboard just for that reason.
Yeah.
So still Phil Sell from Cattell, McLeod, Alice, O'Brien, Ford, Kelly, Schreier, Elwood, Sutton, Latham, Chastain, Jones, Fulcher and Richards, the top 15 at the moment. So the 15 cars that we will see in the top 10 shootout at this stage.
Chris Coxhead in the Henry James Racing Commodore, currently sitting 22nd. So obviously a few tenths either way, and he'll be finding himself in the top 15. Start reading, Jay. You might have a situation. You might want to kick him off Facebook. Andreas Sire would like a shout out. Apparently he's stuck in Jay's basement. So call the police. I'll hand out Jay's address. I need to get them over there. It's a little bit worrying. But if not, I'll be making sure you take his mobile phone off him so he cannot post messages like that if you're trying to keep this a secret.
Hi, Sire.
Jay will be down soon, Asai. Don't stress.
Yeah, I'll get you some food and water soon. Yeah, you let your dog run around in the house and bark. Mine's in the basement. Named Asaya. A bit of movement at the top of the tree. Lee Ellis now into P3 ahead of Mitchell McLeod with a 2:04.2. Pressing the guys from 4th back to 10th. Filling out in the pits. Probably not a bad tactic for guys that are fairly sure they're going to get in the top 10 or top 15. Get your car out of the way. Know that you can't damage your car. And just watching Dylan Sharman, he's trying to get out of the way of the traffic and made himself in the way. Had to take to the grass to get out of the way. So come into the lane now. One thing I'm surprised in this session is a lot of guys aren't using this as a race run practice either around traffic. So guys all going all out in regards to qualifying.
Yeah, definitely a lot of people scrambling. They want that top 15 spot. They want to make the shootout. Obviously being a 50-car grid, 50 cars, that's insane. You don't want to be starting anywhere probably from 30th back. It's absolutely going to be hell trying to get through it.
I can clarify the escape rule for people. So the escape rule is if you escape your car and resume driving, you will have your best time removed. If you escape the car and leave the session, then you will be fine with your current time as it is, as far as I'm aware. There have been some rounds that we have tested not doing that. Other rounds that we have tested keeping the time. So as fairness over the series that we've run. If you continue on, even though you've knowingly escaped, then we will remove your best time. But if you escape knowing and then leave the session or stay in the pits knowing that you have escaped, then I'm fairly sure that we remove you from the rest of the session, but you won't get your best time removed. Saying that, it is at the discretion of Chief Stewards in regards to that. Oh, big moment for Jared Filsell. Massive damage to the front of the 33 car. We'll be able to get it back to the lane, but that's massive through Griffin's Bend. A bit too much curve and bounces off both walls.
We've hit a little bit of a lull period as the guys are just sitting there waiting for the right time to get out and get some laps in.
Just about to tick over that hour mark. Might run through full field of drivers and talk about co-drivers if we can. So as we were saying, currently P1 car 33 Jared Filsell teaming up with Scott McLaughlin for ANZ Motorsport. They're probably the favourites to win this event in regards to the calibre of teammate, but probably 4 or 5 teams that you're pretty sure would be the main chances of winning this race, but those guys are definitely one of them. Currently P2 Bo Cattell team up with Henry King, running in the 22. They're running the 27 in this session because someone's taken the wrong number, so we'll make sure we get that sorted for tomorrow. They'll be running in the 22. 77 currently in the pits. Lee Ellis, Madison Down, probably again equal favourites to win this race. Really good combination, 2 strong drivers together. P4 Mitchell McLeod, who team up with Hayden Dodman. As I mentioned, he is the only driver that can win the championship other than Richard Hampstead, but he needs to win the race and have Hampstead DNF, so tough for him to do that. P5 at the moment, Dean O'Brien teaming up with Dylan Shepherd in One Performance Racing, the new team for those guys. Probably looking for a top 10 finish for those guys. They'll be pretty happy with that, I'm fairly sure. P6 at the moment, Ian Ford, Demidov Motorsport team number 1. Actually got Ian with us. He's driving with Aaron Hamilton too. Ian, you there? They have his microphone muted, I think.
We won't disturb him too much. We'll let him concentrate on what he's doing.
Now Sean Kelly, Ian might be right in a second, but Sean Kelly, P7, teaming up with Tony Autridge in TTR Super Black, they're calling it, so 2 Kiwis teaming up together. P8 is Michael Schreier at the moment, Synergy Sim Racing. He'll be teaming up with Reece Goldfinch, and probably be a strong pairing. You see pretty solid results from those guys, 2 drivers that race fairly clean, keep it off the wall very well, so they're a pretty good finish from those guys. P9 at the moment, Richard Elwood, racing in the Mad Cow Racing Overclockers Australia, teaming up with Michael Fabian. They'll Could be another very, very strong pairing. Now up to P10 is Josh Muggleton, as we mentioned before, teaming up with his brother Jared Muggleton in TTR Muggo Racing. That's our current top 10. We now have Ian Ford with us. You there, Ian? No? Not working with his microphone.
Quite quiet at the moment.
Looking like he's unable to talk in this TeamSpeak, so we'll try and get that issue fixed up. Sorry, Ian. We'll get that fixed in a couple of minutes. So we'll get going through the field though. John Latham currently P11. Now John will be teaming up in the 28 TTL Commodore with series champion or series leader, probable champion Richard Hampstead. Another strong pairing who'll be pushing for the win, and they'll probably come very, very close to it. One of the top 5 as we were talking before.
There we go.
I think we got Ian Ford with us now. You there, Ian?
Yeah, sure am. How are you guys going tonight?
Good, mate. Yeah, you bounced it off the wall just before, I see.
No, Aaron's actually in the car at the moment,
okay.
practicing with different fuel levels to see if we can pick up a bit of traction.
Now, how are you finding it out there? Tough conditions or not as bad as you thought it might be?
The weather's actually quite good. Like, I was expecting some, nightmarish sort of weather conditions, but it's pretty good. The worst problem is it's like, it's a 5.5k track. If you hit the wall early on, you're pretty much doomed for a whole lap.
How are you finding with traffic out there?
There's a few wallies running around in places. You see a few cars back to front at the dipper, and sort of gives you a bit of a startling when you come down Skyline and see a car halfway down it.
I've seen that quite a bit. So now what are your aims for this race this weekend?
Got to definitely get into the top 15 shootout to try and stay out of some of the mayhem at the start of the race, and hopefully top 5, maybe a podium if we're extremely lucky. We'll be going all out as always.
The aim is a podium.
That's the like Christmas goal, but realistically top 5 would be bloody good.
Yeah. Now, what have you done much strategy or strategizing in regards to the race? You thought much about how you're going to do your stints?
We're just going to 1 and 1 it. I have a stint, Aaron has a stint. Fuel's going to look a bit iffy because apparently we need 1 really short stint, and it's like, I don't know whether we're going to just try and fuel save it or just go in for an extra pit stop and come out with all guns blazing.
Now, obviously, this fuel strategy that we're talking about all depends on the amount of incidents in race. Expecting a few out there with 50 cars?
I think it's going to be mayhem for the first stint, and then everyone should spread themselves out pretty well, and it'll just be little battle packs, but it's going to be tricky, I think. Timing of pit stops will be everything, because you just don't know where you're going to come out mainly.
I think that's probably going to be something that a lot of teams won't think of too much, or may not have the manpower in their teams to work out, is where you're going to come out, and it's just right in front of Aaron there, a car facing the wrong direction. Where you're going to come out in regards to traffic, so you're really going to have to time that really well, make sure you've got clean space or come out in the cars you want to battle with.
That's it, especially with new tyres and everything. If you come out behind the guys that are running, 40th downwards or something like that, if you're a front runner, it's just going to destroy your times, let everyone get away. Maybe that'll throw some mixed balls into the results, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we see some really mixed results. So, now how have you found the Premier Series? Obviously the test season for it, a few different things that we're trying out, and how have you found it overall?
Oh, it's been so good. It's so organised, professional racing. It's everyone's going for every position because it's that important. And I love the no escape rule of qualifying.
I think that's been the best rule of the lot. Really, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, you'll see everyone will come out for one last dash where it's they're either going to destroy the car or get a decent lap time in at the end of the session, I reckon.
Yeah. I think we'll see a few cars blow up in the last couple of laps in the last 10 minutes. So, well, thanks for joining us, Ian. We'll possibly talk to you during the top 15 shootout.
Fingers crossed.
Good luck, mate. Have fun. Looking looking at the times, we might actually, before we look at the times, we'll go to Jake Burton, who's unfortunately now out of the session. Jake, you there, mate?
Yeah, I'm here, Jay. How are we?
I'm good, probably better than you, mate. What happened?
I've got no idea, Jay. If I could tell you, I'd tell you. It's just had no damage on the car. Come up to Griffin's and she just detonated. Didn't shift too hard. Had fine RPM. Didn't break the limiter. Nothing. It just blew up. Just got no idea why. Just detonated for Stenny and myself. And yeah.
At the moment, your best lap has put you in 22nd. So, how much more did you think you had in that car?
We had a shootout car, for sure. That car was, that lap that I did was pretty average, and our optimal was something like 2:04.4 or something well enough to put us in the top 15 for sure.
Unlucky, mate. Now, obviously, already won one Bathurst 1000 this year. Obviously, trying to make it 2 from 2. Probably hurt that a little bit, though.
Oh yeah, no doubt. In the R-Factor one we did, we started off the front row, and but it'll definitely be an advantage for us. We have more of an idea than anyone else in the field of what kind of endurance is going to be necessary and how you're going to look after the car. And although it's much harder in iRacing, obviously, it'll certainly give us an advantage. But yeah, we just got to try and make it through those first couple stints, make as many places as we can, and try and be a contender towards the end.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most important thing. Staying on the lead lap, stay out of trouble, and you're always going to be in with a chance come the last stint.
Yeah, for sure. It's a long race and anything can happen.
Oh, good luck, mate. We'll hopefully talk to you tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, no worries, guys. Have a good call for the rest of the session.
Thanks, mate. Good luck.
Thanks, Jack.
We'll go back to our run through the field and saying that the times have changed a little bit. We've got currently in 9th position, Sam Sutton. Now, Sam Sutton, just hearing reports that his teammate Corey Preston is now out injured, so he's trying to find a teammate, so he may not actually be able to run tomorrow. Is that for a bit of a kink in the works?
Yeah, definitely. That's a little bit upsetting, considering the amount of time that he's put into this. I'm sure there's a few guys out there that are decent runners that would definitely keep him in contention for a top 15 finish, that are out and about, that are probably looking for drives at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work. We'll find out by the end of the night how that's going to work. So now go to P13, Chad Chastain.
Hey, his car's looking a little bit worse for wear.
Yeah, his car's looking a bit better, not quite as good as... I'm just trying to remember who he's teaming up with. I've got a mental blank. Oh, teaming up with Nigel Baines. So, Chad Chastain and Nigel Baines team up together. Two solid drivers. We'll probably expect to see them up near the front as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be interesting talking strategy for tomorrow and how everyone's going to play out their race, because you know we've done mini endurance races but we've never done anything like this, so seeing what people are going to do and how it all is going to play out, it's going to be fantastic. But I suppose the biggest thing that you've learnt from watching endurance style racing is just to stay on that lead lap. You lose the lead lap and you're in for a hell of a time from there. So if you can stay on the lead lap, that's all you need to do for the probably 3/4 of the race, and from there then you really start playing a race strategy.
Some breaking news around the TTR Team Red 31 entry with Damien Butler, Stephen Sandman Clark. They are now out of the session, blown engine. They are done. Best lap time currently.
We just having a bit of an issue there with Jay. Zay, is he back there? No. It's really, really playing up.
Have you got me, boys?
There we go. That's better.
Sorry about that. I could still hear you, but I couldn't talk. That was weird.
It's not the worst thing that's ever happened, Jay.
I was about to say we've got another driver in here whose session's done. Sean Kelly.
It's having a bit of issue there again as well. So yeah, number 31, Damien Butler, Stephen Sandman Clark, currently sitting in 31st. They are done, so they won't make the top 15. But we've got a driver in here at the moment who's had a little bit of bad luck go their way. Sean Kelly, how'd you find the qualifying session until the incident?
Yeah, hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, not too bad. I was just, settling into it, ready to start pumping some laps in, and I don't know, totally caught me by surprise running out of fuel. I guess I might have spent a lap trying to find some space, and yeah, then all of a sudden, across the top of Skyline, coughs and sputters, and not much I could do. So yeah, so pretty anxious rate. Not quite sure if we get our best time taken away or not, but if we do, then we're sitting in 14th, I think, at the moment. So really anxious.
So from what I know of these rules, and obviously we're only it's not completely up to us. If you go back to the pits and don't go back out after pressing escape, then you get to keep your best lap time. So which should put you in the top 15 still at the moment, I do believe.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys, is probably keeping your fingers crossed at the moment that it doesn't go absolutely guns blazing at the end here, but you guys are still looking pretty hot for the top 15, which is where you want to be.
Yeah, I hope so. It's going to be really exciting to be involved in that. Yeah, everyone wants to get in it. So yeah, fingers crossed indeed. If not,
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a long race if you don't make that top 15. It's quite scary and daunting when you think about that. There's going to be 50 cars out on that grid tomorrow.
Oh, is it what? Hey. Yeah.
I think Mr. Number 50 is going to have a very, very hard race tomorrow.
Is that Jay?
Yes, Jay is going to have a hell of a race tomorrow.
I'm actually, we've been given a wildcard entry. We'll actually start car 51, so it's going to be even worse. So we'll have 51 cars on the grid. Myself and Mike Koroloff have been given a wildcard entry. We'll start rear of grid.
So you'll be starting up somewhere near the
couple of laps.
Yeah, well, someone's going to end up back there at some point, and someone's going to gain 40 positions throughout the race. So you never know.
I honestly think, Jay, that you should need to go and redo your livery and paint it so it looks like a turtle.
A turtle?
Yes. I think you need
probably needs to have a L plate on it.
Yeah, and Andrew Osai, you're probably one of the best skinners I know. If you're listening to this, can you go and paint a turtle car for Jay? Obviously starting at the back of the race.
As long as it's a Ninja Turtle, I'll be fine.
Look, let Jay pick his favourite colour. Who's your favourite turtle, Jay?
Oh, look, I was always a Donatello kid when I was a kid. Donatello was my favourite because no one ever liked him, so that was mine.
You just have to be different and weird compared to everyone else. So he would like a Donatello turtle car. I think it would look fantastic. So if you've got a bit of time up your sleeve, Osaya, can you please do that one for Jay? He will give you a big. He promises to feed you tonight.
You're a funny man, Daniel. And you're a funny man, Osai. We also have been joined by Grant Crow. You there, mate?
Yeah, mate, I got you.
Whereabouts are we sitting at the moment? I can't see it in my timing list.
No, I'm crew chiefing for the race tonight. I can't make most of the race tomorrow, so I'm just in helping out with advice and words of joy.
Words of joy. Now, speaking of words of joy, how come you've signed up Seb?
Yeah,
that's
mate,
enough to depress you.
I think I'd been drinking that night.
I don't know what you would have been drinking.
Yeah, it was good. It was good, mate.
Must have been more than alcohol. I'm glad that someone's picked him up. I just feel sorry at you boys.
Yeah, mate. Someone had to fall on the cross, didn't they? So yeah, I thought it better be us. No, it's good. It's good, mate.
Yeah, you crew chiefing tomorrow as well, or?
I will be for the first probably hour and a half of the race with Josh, because his co-driver won't be about for the very start of it, so he's probably up for a double stint straight off the bat, which is happy days. But yeah, and just generally belting around in team speak, seeing how the blokes are going and words of advice and encouragement, that sort of thing. And crash avoidance over the top, because that's going to be terrifying on the first couple of laps, I think.
Now, speaking of Josh, I'm not talking to Josh today, so he knows why. And now, Josh, have you fixed the issue? Is the first thing I'll say.
I think we have, mate.
Oh, good. Very good. Now, out there, obviously, not a great qualifying session for you, mate. Now, obviously, been DQ'd due to getting pushed back to the pits.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't help, but yeah, the rule wasn't really set in stone, so if we knew we weren't allowed to do it, we wouldn't have done it, but anyway.
Oh no, just to clear that up, that wasn't for getting pushed, man. That was the escape rule.
Yeah.
That's the one.
There was another one that also did the escape rule as well, so
yeah,
it was also being pushed
really,
as well. So
yeah, no one was very clear on the push rule, and it came in after Timmy pushed Josh, and then they cleared it up and said, yeah, no go. So
yeah,
hopefully
and everyone does
that
know.
one. As far as penalties go, because we sort of did that well and truly before anyone was aware it was even a thing. So
yeah,
I think we're cool. But
yeah, no, I think you guys are fine with that. And I'm sure that the boys won't have their stick out too hard for you boys at the moment.
Yeah, luckily we complete ignorance.
Oh, I do that all the time, don't worry.
Yeah, works for Josh too.
Worked for Josh earlier today.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's definitely a busy session tonight.
It's been great fun to watch. It's been fantastic. Lots of action. And to think we're over halfway through and we're into almost the final third, we're going to start seeing a lot of action out on track.
Yeah, I think so. We've got like Bobby Jovanovic in the gold car. He's right up there now. It took him a bit to get some times down, but he's come along, and both him and Phil Johansson are putting some good numbers down. So possibly a shot at the 15, fingers crossed. But yeah, long way to go yet. Plenty of action to come.
Team of Phil and Tim, they should be pretty strong. I could see them finish well into the top 10. Would almost put money on that one.
Yeah,
if they can keep it out of the fence, that is.
Yeah, well that's right. Phil's been he's generally just super quick in the car. Yeah, it doesn't matter what he's doing, he's quick in it. And Timmy's got really quick this season, and even the season before. He's just come along. He's quicker than me now. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, he's getting really good in this car, and just generally in the low grip V8. We've got some strong combos.
Yeah, you guys have put out, I think you got 4 or 5 teams in the in this session?
Yeah, four in this one.
Yeah, and 4 very, very strong combinations. I think you've done a really good job of making sure your combos are fairly even.
Yeah, it worked out well. Like, things started to fall apart just before everything launched off the quali servers, because I ended up having work commitments, and Josh's co-pilot Nathan went for a run. I don't know why, but people do what they do, and buggered his ankle up, so he was out. And last minute we sort of had a quick shuffle, but yeah, we got plenty of decent pedallers in the team, so we had backup. There was a moment of terror there, I think, for Josh, because we didn't have a co-pilot for him, but yeah, it's all fell into place now, so yeah, happy days.
So now 40 minutes to go. And still Phil Sal, Cattell, Alice, McLeod, Chastain now up to P5. Ford, O'Brien, Latham, Elwood, Kelly, Sutton, Schreier, Muggleton, Jones and Sharman, the top 15. Your boys 16th and 20th, so they're looking okay.
Yeah, it was a shot. They're moving forward throughout the sessions. I think a few little tweaks here and there, and it's coming together nicely. I think Phil was pretty terrified of actually making it into the 15. So
I'll tell you what, I don't think 15's the spot you want to be, actually.
I know.
You don't want to be that first car out. I don't think you want to be first, because I don't think you want to be that last car out.
No, that's it, yeah. I think if you're probably around 10th or something like that, you'll actually get to see a few mistakes get made, and it'll ease the pressure of the session a bit. But yeah, being the one car on track for that broadcast, that's got to add a bit to it. That's pretty cool, really cool what's going on here. Awesome.
Yeah, I think we're all so excited that we've talked about this moment happening for so long, and to finally all be here. It almost feels surreal, is what I was saying before. It's like, it can't actually believe we're actually running this race.
Yeah, it's incredible. I've got a similar level of excitement to the actual real-life Bathurst race, and there's more on the line for this, for pretty much all of us guys involved in it. Whether it's you just commentating or crewing like me, it's there's so much importance and so much effort that's gone in to get here. It's it's just great to be a part of. Really cool stuff.
Now, you guys over at JFF obviously planning the Australian Endurance Championship next year. You want to tell us all about that?
Yeah, we're still working out the finer points of it, but she's definitely going ahead and some absolutely gigantic races, which is up to the full 24-hour events, multi-driver, 3-4 driver teams. It's we're still not confirmed as a start date. We're looking mid-late February thereabouts for the first race, which I believe is the Daytona 8-hour. So we're gonna. There'll be a few hosters go up to tweak the finer points of it and get everything settled, make sure the cars are, reasonably level playing field in different categories. And yeah, we've got plenty of interest, so it's all signs point to yay.
Yeah,
really good.
Good thing too is the online Premier Series, the V8 Supercar Premier Series, will link in together with the Endurance Championship you boys are putting together to make sure there's no clashes of dates and things like that. So we're working together with that one to make sure it's all going to be nice and smooth for both seasons next year.
Yeah, that's it. And we'll sort of, I think the base of that we're going to share a bit of the load as far as the actual official duties, because some of those big races, you're going to have to work in shifts. No one can stay up for 24 hours and still have a clear train of thought. So there's we're going to be holding hands and dancing through a paddock with OSR, and just generally working in hand with them. We'll help them out where they need it, and vice versa. And I think it's really great for not just the Australian sim community, but we'll be dragging in Europeans along, and it's really great stuff. It's really good to be at the start of things like this with these new driver swaps. Ripper. Fingers crossed we get the Nordschleifer. That's I think we've got Spa hooked up as a 24-hour, so it's when the Nordschleifer, if we get it, I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but you know what I'm talking about, that big track. So yeah, if it turns up, mate, that's going to go off. We're going to get huge numbers for that.
Yep. Fairly sure there'll be quite a few registered teams that will come in, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the big teams that you see racing in this race now, they'll all enter teams as well, and you'll probably see a lot of up-and-coming drivers get signed up into teams, and we'll probably see some fresh new names come through in both series, I think, because of that too.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. It's going to generate a lot more interest, and in both what JFF get up to and OSR as well, because OSR is they're just a great organisation, and this is a prime example. Bathurst 1000 and having it run so smoothly, and we're only a couple of weeks out from actually getting the driver swaps, and to have it going off so well, it's just a testament to how they perform. It's a great effort, and that's why we sort of said g'day to Korolev and Simon over there, and because they're a wealth of advice, and they're great blokes, always willing to help. So it's really good to be able to bounce ideas off them, and they've been there and done it. So I mean, they're pioneers in the driver swap at the moment, one of the biggest events, and as far as I know, it's the first one of its kind, apart from R Factor. But we won't discuss that. That was
Of car on its roof, or exactly which car it is at the moment. And Ford's car, yeah, ended up flipping it around through Silman Park.
Well, that's bad news.
Massive hit. He's rolled it 3 or 4 times. He's managed to get it back on his wheels. I don't think it's blown up, so he might go get back to the pits. If we can get a replay of that one, that was big.
Oh yeah, she's not pretty anymore.
So been joined in the box at the moment by Corey Preston. Corey, hearing that you will be out of tomorrow's race.
Yeah, rather unfortunately, I'll have to sit out tomorrow and qualifying today because I've got to go in for an operation tomorrow morning at Auburn Hospital. Me and a window had a bit of a disagreement.
And never good. So Sam, obviously out on track at the moment, he's looking for another teammate, I'm guessing?
Yeah, he's trying to find a teammate, so hopefully he can drum one up, and the JMSR car can still get out there and have a solid result. I mean, me and Sam, we were looking to be a good combo. Like I was matching him for race pace, and he was slightly faster than me in quali, but we were about 8th or 9th in pre-qualifying, and yeah, we looked to possibly have a big upset, but sadly, I won't be part of that upset.
Well, unlucky, mate. Hopefully everything goes well for you. Have seen they're not quite very nice to look at pictures. So good luck with everything tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, hopefully. It's not good, is it?
I sort of didn't really want to say it, but anyway. Good luck.
Thank you.
We're just on half an hour to go in the session now. I think we'll start to see some big names come out. We'll start to see some big action out on track.
Yeah, not much changing in the top 15 over the last little bit. Only just over a second splitting up our top 15. So I'm sure we're going to see a couple of guys now just starting to come out and trying to put Nuthouse laps down, bin it or win it style, which is what we like to see.
Be great. And saying that, Wayne Burke's been the biggest mover. He's now up into P4. There's Mitchell McLeod back to P5 and out of the top. Yeah, it's all changing again. In the top 15 now into 15th, Michael Cracknell. He's now moved into 15th position. So Michael Schreier's also in the top 15 at the moment. Sam Sutton as well is still there. Sean Kelly's still holding on to P12 at the moment. I don't know if he's going to survive and stay in that top 15 shootout. It'll be interesting. And Josh Muggleton's now moved up to 9th, so he's obviously tweaked his setup a little bit more to his liking and getting me a little bit more happy in that car.
Yeah, his brother was out before, Jared, doing a couple of laps. So good to see him out there, and his lap time looked fairly good. He was doing 206s, 207s. So nice consistent laps.
Oh, big massive damage for Lee Ellis.
Oh, that car
damage.
Is grabbing something.
There's nothing
fierce.
left of that car.
No.
Lost it coming right across the top through McPhillamy Park. No, before that. Oh, a long time before that. That's way back at Griffin's Bend. Yeah. Bounced off both walls. Right behind as well was Brad Smith. Had a bit of a spin, but that's a massive hit for Lee Allison. He's going to be lucky enough to be able to take it back to the pits. The one name we probably should talk about, Tom Jones, P16. He's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah,
with Brett Spicer. So those guys pre-qualifying, they were in 31st.
Stop talking about him,
position.
Jay.
Cheers, Jinx.
You must have heard that the old commentator's curses out. But that's a really good lap time, 2:04.9. P16 not far away from getting in that top 15 shootout.
You're very well done.
I think it would be those sort of teams that you sort of seen in pre-qual finish in that 30th to 40th range that you look at the names of the drivers, you're like, yeah, they're really solid drivers. And pretty much, you can't really fault or find too many weak links in any of the teams in that top 50.
No, it's an incredibly competitive field. To see the top 50 come out this morning, it was like, wow. Pretty incredible stuff, how tight it is.
And even looking at the names that have missed out on making that top 50 as well, there's some amazing drivers that have not made that top 50.
Yeah, It's great to see the mix that we've got in the field at the moment. Yeah, it's only great for our sport as sim racers. I mean, I think the dedication of blokes have brought to this event and the time they've put into getting the cars right and just getting settled with the track is yeah. I mean, there's names in there that normally wouldn't be there, and it's blokes have actually worked really hard to get here. So yeah, good on them.
Don't forget, straight after this qualifying session, we will have a bit of a tiny little break, and then we'll be back for top 15 shootout, just like it was back in the good old days of V8 Supercars 2003, 2004 with top 15 shootout. We used to love those days. Interesting name, a little bit further back in the field than we'd expect, but a really solid combination that I reckon will go a long way, because we heard before guys talking about having to do one short pit stop. A couple of guys that probably won't have to. Two of the best fuel savers in the field, Matt Nethercote and Carwyn May. They'll probably be able to get through this race one pit stop less than everyone else, but starting in 44th at the moment, we look to get those guys a bit further up the field.
Yeah, strategy can definitely play into their hands. I think there'll be a couple of blokes in the boat of thinking about being quite gentle on the loud pedals. It's with such a long race tomorrow. I mean, the strategies that people and the dice that's going to get rolled. Good luck being in the commentary box, I say, and trying to figure out what's going on, because it's all going to be happening. And safety cars, I'm not sure of the protocol, what's actually going to bring them out, but I expect we'll have at least one safety car. So, that's just going to throw a whole nother set of scenarios into that one.
Yeah, can't wait. It's just going to be such a different race from anything we've ever expected. Should expect it to go for just under 6 hours. We say our broadcast will start from before 4 p.m. Well, race start is at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time tomorrow. Expect to finish around 10 p.m. or 9:30 to 10 p.m. tomorrow. And we cannot wait. We cannot wait to bring the coverage of this race. It's been one of the most hyped up events we've ever seen. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. Give a shout out and big thank you to Simon Black for all of his hard work. I know how hard it is doing all this stuff behind the scenes, and I know how hard he worked to actually make the field. He was struggling last night. The three guys in the Oceanic Sim Racing team that weren't even in the grid, so two of them qualified, and luckily we've been given a wildcard entry as car 51 in the grid. So big thanks to Simon for all of his hard work, and all the guys at OSR. I know how much work they put in to put on events for the community.
Yeah, it was great to see him make the field. He definitely deserved to be here.
Oh, definitely, and racing with another accomplished sim racer as well in Marty Atkins. So that'll be a pretty solid team working hard together.
Yeah, it's gonna be good to see what they can pull out of the bag. Done a few miles with Simon in the oval cars in the OSR Sprint Cup Series, and he's a hard racer. So yeah, good on him for making the field.
I want to also talk about, of course, this is doubling as Race of Champions 10. You see every Race of Champions we've organised and round up some money for charity. Again, we're running with the Kids with Cancer Foundation. If you want to head to donate.v8online.com.au, we'll take you to the donate page. We've now just hit just on $2,000 for this event raised so far. So big thanks to everyone who's donated money. It's fantastic and does go a long way.
Yeah, it's a good cause, guys. Get behind it. Let's try and raise as much money as we can. And yeah, we bring to this all to you guys for free because we love it and we're passionate. And we would love to see a charity like that get some really good support behind it. So if you're sitting there watching and you think you can go out go without a cup of coffee for a day or two and just put some money in the bank for the guys, then yeah, go for it.
I want to see if we can get a car on screen. Andrew Gaines, and Trent Thomas, currently in P45, sorry, in P41, car 45. Big shout out to those guys. They qualified 51st, but guys at Direct Clutch Service or the Direct Clutch Motorsport, who actually started Race of Champions a long time ago now, they were willing to donate their seat back, or their drive back, to the team that wanted it the most via donations. So Andrew's just, oh sorry, Brent's just realised he's on TV. These guys have donated $170, so they were very, very quickly awarded that last spot. So big congratulations to those guys. Oh no,
That's massive.
that's not good. Not good at all.
Oh.
I think we need the Benny Hill music out.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, well, couldn't
think,
happen in a worse spot either.
No. I think Clayton Brooks is able to keep the car running.
I'm gonna put it out there. I think the virtual world hates Clayton Brooks.
He's done a pretty good job. He's had screaming kids in the background all night, so he's done a pretty good job.
I'm sure he's screaming right back at him now.
Yeah, really hard luck there.
He's going to enjoy this lap, although he's not blowing smoke yet, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, he'll actually get it back, so not too bad. Now coming up to that 20-minute mark, which is what we used to seeing in our official V8 Supercar series, 20-minute sprint sessions. So you see some guys start to get out on track and start punching in those really quick laps. That's currently Phil Sell and McLaughlin P1, Cattell and King P2, McLeod Dodman P3, Ford and Hamilton P4, Ellis and down in 5th.
I've got to say, Phil Sell, McLaughlin car, currently over half a second quicker than anyone else out on the field.
Yeah, Phil Sell's gone really quick. I didn't notice that time.
Yeah,
down to a 3.4.
His
Fantastic time.
Second last lap out, 3.44, absolutely insane. So Blitz still the only car in the threes. I'm sure in this last 20 minutes though, we're going to start seeing him racking up those times.
Of course, won't count for anything in that 25 minutes, because top 15 shootout times are all wiped again. One scrape on the wall and you'll end up back 15.
Yeah, it's about to get serious. Well, Jared done that time on his first flyer out of the pit, so yeah, he's looking strong for the shootout.
He's been putting in a whole heap of work for this qualifying session. He wants to be right up as far at the front as he can. He's going to hand it over to a pretty good teammate tomorrow.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's great to see the big name blokes actually drive these things in real life, coming aboard and checking it out.
There was another super team that was formed, but dates haven't quite worked. But Justin Rougier and Shane Van Gisbergen were actually going to team up as well. But obviously Justin and Shane both have real world race commitments this weekend, so they won't be able to team up for this event. So unlucky, but probably a good thing for a few drivers, because they probably wouldn't have wanted to battle those guys.
Yeah, that's a daunting combination, isn't it? That's for sure.
So that good luck tomorrow to Justin Rougier for the Kumo V8 Touring Car Series, currently leading the championship by 48 points, I'm fairly sure. And there's about 100 points on offer tomorrow. So leads by 52 and there's only 100 points available tomorrow. So he's looking in pretty good nick.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic run out there this year, and hopefully good things for him moving into next year as well. But he's definitely shown that he's got the talent.
A huge number of cars on track at the moment. We're just guys come out. John Latham said, surprising to a lot of people is his teammate. He hasn't been out there and done any laps. Richard Hampstead. We were seeing him in a session earlier, but he's got some commitment on tonight and unable to do any laps, so he will be piloting the car 28 ETL Commodore for this qualifying session and in the top 15 shootout. Sean Kelly still P13 at the moment, hasn't had his time bumped out of the top 15 shootout. But Michael Schreier, Michael Cracknell, Tom Jones, Dylan Sharman, Chris Coxhead not far away. Top 18 cars now into the 2:04 mark. And Kelly's best lap at 2:04.6. So pretty sure in this last 19 or so minutes, Kelly is going to start stressing a little.
Yeah, I think that statement covers the whole field. It's about to get frantic, isn't it? I think I might have to leave you blokes with it and go and catch up with the team blokes here and make sure they're doing all right.
Good luck, mate. Go and pass on your best wishes, and good luck for the team tomorrow.
Great work with the coverage, guys. Keep it up.
Thanks, mate. So 18 minutes to go. It's still car 33 from Alan King, McLeod, Ian Ford, Lee Ellis. Then it's Wayne Burke, Chad Chastain, Dean O'Brien, Josh Muggleton, John Latham, Richard Elwood, Sam Sutton, Sean Kelly, Michael Schreier, Michael Cracknell, the top 15 at the moment, but it's so tight between the 15th and 20th position. At the moment, Dale Niche. Nishi teaming up with Graham Bones Highland. 30th position at the moment. Be a fairly solid pairing, those two guys. They'll team up very well. They'll keep it off the wall, keep it nice and straight. They just got some movement up the top. John Latham to P2. Second driver into the threes now with a 2:03.998. The time now will start to shake a little. We've got Bo Cattell on a flyer as well. Love looking from on board this car. So committed, coming through the dipper into the elbow. Oh, sideways. Leaving nothing behind in this lap, Cattell. Oh, almost scrapes the wall. Reaching speeds around about the 288 coming down Conrod. The 290 before he's back on the brake. Really quick middle sector there from Cattell, so this should be a very good lap.
Good to see all the guys out now, trying to get a time down.
Lost a lot of time in that last corner, really sideways. 2:04.3. And he's actually looped it around the final corner. Oh no! Fairly sure that's Dean O'Brien that's made contact with him. And it is. Big moment there. See if we can go to Tom Jones, who's on a flying lap at the moment, and his lap time looks very, very good. One spot out of the shootout position. No, he won't be able to do it this lap. Might see if we can stay with him though for a full lap. Look at all this traffic that's just come out of the pits, weaving between cars. Have to be careful, there's a bit of traffic up ahead. Saying that overall I've been very, very happy with how the traffic's behaved. It's definitely been a lot better than we've seen in other Premier Series races.
Yeah, guys, making sure they're giving each other plenty of room.
Oh, that was so close to clipping the wall.
3 cars, 203s.
Yeah, we've now got a third car, Mitch McLeod up to P2, the 203.8. Just to see how much time Tom lost there coming up through Reed Park. That other car there near the grate. We got some damage to the front of his car as well. This second sector is very, very quick. Whether he's hit the wall and it's actually removing his time or not, with a factor, almost clips the wall out of Forest Elbow. Time to beat to make the top 15 shootout is a 204.899.
Oh, Squizzer, massive incident there coming down the chase. Manages to keep it together without putting it in the wall. He's going to go out for another hot lap.
Jones about to cross the line. Don't think he's going to have enough. Well, it's going to be very close. There's the line. Same time as his previous best, 9.7. Quite enough. He's so close. Top 15 is really going to come down to the wire. Dylan Sharman's another one we'll need to keep an eye on, as well as Chris Coxhead. We'll see if we can go to Chris Coxhead because he's actually on a really good lap at the moment. As I was saying, the time to beat to make that top 15 shootout is a 204.899. If you can get a 204.8, he's in the shootout. Only less than 100th away from that shootout spot at the moment. He's got it. Now it provisionally 15th. Great lap time at 204.811. Tom Jones has managed to continue on as well. He's got another good first sector.
The other person looks like they're on a fairly good lap at the moment. Christian Elwood, currently sitting in 31st.
Just hearing Dean O'Brien had all sorts of issues after that incident with Bo Patel at turn 1. Had to actually escape out, so he's done now for the rest of the session. Fuel has actually leaked out of the car. And just looking back now at the times for Tom Jones, I don't think he's got enough on this lap. He might bring it in and have another go. 10 minutes to go in the session. Probably going to have 1, maybe 2 chances now left at getting a lap in. Michael Schreier, he's about to start a flying lap.
Christian Elwood about to
currently P14.
Finish his lap. Really, really fast. It's had a good draft all the way down from Sam Compton. It's only his 5th lap of the session.
So 5.6. Proves his time doesn't improve the position, still P31. See if we can go to Chad Chastain. Currently P8, just under 10 minutes to go in the session now. Wanting to try and get that position a little bit closer to the front. I don't think you'll be able to do it this lap though. Of course, a little bit of time in that second sector. Looking, while we're watching that, Chris Cox had done a slow second lap and he's about to push on for another flyer, so we'll check with him in a couple of seconds. And Dylan Sharman also about to start a flying lap. But Chad Chastain, P8, want to try and start his top 10, 15 shootout a little bit later now he's coming into the lane. Just watching Lee Ellis. Lee Ellis may be out of fuel coming into the pits, so this is going to be all sorts of issues for him. May have to escape out, and he has, so I don't think even if he does lose his best lap time, I don't think that will affect him too much. So we'll go to Chris Coxhead if we can. Now on his flying lap, this will be his second bite with these tyres, so testing a lot of different strategies in regards to how they're using their tyres and things like that. One flying lap, one slow lap, one flying lap, 3 flying laps, or just the 1 lap. All different ways in warming your tyres up. And a lot of guys still haven't quite worked out tyre pressures and things like that for qualifying yet. This lap looks a little bit too slow for Chris. He might need to bring it in and get some fresh tyres. Bit off the pace on this one. If we can go to Dylan Sharman, who's actually put in a decent first sector. Oh, that's committed coming up through the grate. What you need to do on these laps, you need to put in it every single little bit you can. P18, time that he's looking for, it will be a 2:04.811. Needs to beat that to make the top 15 shootout.
So this is it. You need to put in this lap right now to make this top 15. So it's not going to matter. Push it as hard as you can. If you bin it, oh well, it's done. But if you're going to get it, you're going to get it now.
Have to do it right now. All crossed up through the chase. He's coming into Murray's. This looks not too bad for time. He might get there, will he? No.
So we're going to have a little bit of an issue.
5:065. He's going to have to go again. Chris Coxhead's actually continuing on for another flying lap and hasn't got too bad a first sector with a 7-1. But Michael Schreier doesn't improve his time. So Chris Coxhead knows a little bit too far off the pace as well. Another guy we probably need to watch as well that we haven't mentioned is James McKnight. Currently P20, he's not far away as well. We've probably got another 10 guys that can still make this shootout. 5 minutes to go. Need to refresh our overlays every now and again. Sorry guys, it doesn't always come up with the correct driver's name, so refreshing that to make sure that everything is correct in regards to who's actually out on track in each car.
Sean Kelly's still looking good here for a top 15, but there's a lot of cars out on the track at the moment that could pip him off, and he's got no chance to kind of get that back. So He'll be feeling a little bit stressed, I think.
Dylan Sharman coming into the chase, but I'm pretty sure he's on definitely not on a fast lap because he's coming through the kink in 5th gear. So this definitely isn't a flyer. He's got 4 minutes to go. He's got damage to the front of the car as well. So
it shows how
probably
competitive
why
this actually is when Dylan Sharman and Matthew Hill are struggling at the moment to be in the top 15.
Because Hilly not running tonight, so put his faith in Sharman, but in saying that, Dylan's a very, very accomplished racer. I'll go back to Tom Jones. P17, going to be the first of our guys to watch on a flying lap. I think he may have just clipped the wall as well. Be interesting to see if this lap time counts with a good first sector at 46.6. The wall again, I think. So try and see if I can get a split for Sharman as well. About the same time as Jones through the first checkpoint. So got a few guys that are really on it here. Second split, or second sector time, 30.5, probably a little bit off the pace for Jones. Go back to Sharman, about to get his second sector time. 30.9, so a little bit off the pace as well. We've got James McKnight just starting a flying lap, back in the field a little bit as well. And Chris Coxhead about to start his final lap, and Michael Cracknell also starting another flying lap as well. So we've got all sorts of action on track. As Sharman's slowed down, he's going to cool the tyres off and go again. Going to do it, you need to be leaving the pits now to get that chance of doing a final flying lap. James McKnight, a really good first sector split. Currently P20, he could be the one to watch here.
Chris Coxhead just come around for his last flying lap, trying to make sure he secures that 15th position.
Blake Coppo as well. P19, 46.5, great first sector. McKnight, a really good second sector with a 32. Coppo all sideways coming across the top of the mountain. I don't know who to watch.
There's just cars all across the mountain. Everyone's got a fair bit of room. Oh! Clayton Brooks in the wall.
Action all over the track. McKnight, he's run off the track at the chase. He's going to have one last chance at it. This lap will not count for McKnight. We'll go back to Coppo. He's lost a lot of time in the second split. Second checkpoint. I don't think there's enough time left for Jones to get another flyer in. He's a little bit off the pace on this lap. Darman not too bad on this checkpoint. Coppo's about to cross the line. You get one more bite after this lap. Not enough for Coppo. A 5.099. Oh, Sharman, big crash. And that is Sharman's session done. A lot of damage to the back of that car. So now comes down to Jones, Cracknell and McKnight. Tom Jones will get one more bite at it. Last lap is 6.8. And Michael Cracknell as well. Starting a flying lap. We've got 20 seconds left in the session.
Christian Elwood out there, out and about as well. His last lap, his fastest lap, 2:05.126. He's only managed to do 9 laps so far in this session. He's currently sitting in 23rd, so he could be a man to watch. He's got Michael Cracknell sitting right in front of him as Michael gives him a bit of room.
The James McKnight's hit the wall on his final attempt. So he's over. Session done. He'll qualify around the 20th mark. Checkered flag is out. Blake Coppo coming down the mountain. Will he improve? Oh, all crossed up through the dipper. And at the front of the field, Josh Muggleton's moved to P4. At the moment, Sean Kelly's still going to make the shootout. The Coxhead, who's got a great first sector. Cracknell's done. He's lost a lot of time across the top of the mountain, so he will not make the top 10 shootout. Tom Jones is on a great top 15 shootout, sorry. Great second sector for Chris Coxhead, but we'll have to watch Tom Jones as he crosses the line. He's coming down Conrod now, and he will get a little bit of draft. Into the chase, 295. That's ultra quick coming into the chase in this weather. This could be the time that gets him into the top 15 shootout. Will it be enough? And right behind him, Coxhead is really quick as well, so he might get in and out in one lap.
Sorry, Michael.
No, doesn't do it. And Coxhead is done as well. Philip Johansson's the last driver that may be able to shake something up, but I don't think he's got enough. Oh, one of the tag cars goes off behind him. All crossed up. That's the end of his run as well. I don't think we've got anyone left on track that can actually put in a lap.
I think that's it for everyone.
I think it is. Jared Filsell, provisional pole. What a session that was.
Tom Jones, is he on his last lap at the moment?
No, he's done. Already crossed the line. He's done, unfortunately. So he'll start the race tomorrow, P17. We'll run through the drivers that have made the top 15 shootout, with Jared Filsell last to go. Chris Coxhead will actually be first driver out.
Another service for the top 15.
Michael Schrayer will be second out, P14. Sean Kelly will be next. And then also Richard Elwood, Dean O'Brien, Chad Chastain, Wayne T. Burke, Sam Sutton, Lee Ellis, Ian Ford, John Latham, Josh Muggleton, Bo Cattell, Mitchell McLeod, and Jared Filsell, the top 15 shootout in that order.
Exciting times ahead for the top 15. Really good session there for that last half an hour or so when everyone started coming out, getting really pumped for it. We managed to get 5 cars there in the 203s, so that's fantastic to see. And then pretty much, we're looking at just over a second splitting the top 15, so fantastic result, really.
We'll go through the rest of the field from P16 on. So 16th is Michael Cracknell. 17th is Tom Jones. 18th, Dylan Sharman and Matthew Hill for Team TTV. Demidov Motorsports number 3, John Mifsud and Blake Coppo. Then it'll be James McKnight teaming up with Martin Carroll in the SDC Motorsports Australia in P20. Tim Craggill and Philip Johansson in P21. Michael Fulcher and Mark Anderson. Elwood and is teaming up with Clayton Brooks. Bale Riches, who is teaming up with Ian Travis in P24. JFFRacing.com Gold in 25th and Dayco Motorsport number 47 in 26th. Team High Tech Sim Racing Bill Volvo in P27. Net Virtue Racing from 28th. High Tech Sim Racing SimSpec will be 29th. V8s Online Team Hans Racing in P30. Squizzer's got himself up okay in that position. Oceanic Sim Racing main team will be P31. JFFRacing.com Orange team will be P32. 33 will be Zach Baker's team, ZB Race Team. P34 will be GTI Racing. 35th, Predator Motor Racing. P36, TTR Team Red of Damien Butler and Stephen Sandman Clark. Redefined Motorsport will be P37. P38 will be Redback Racing Team. P39, JFFRacing.com Red. Demidov Racing Motorsport number 2 will be 40th. ZB Race Team number 2 in 41st. Demidov Motorsports Team number 5 will be 42nd. DNT Racing will be 43rd. Then Tryhards Racing 3. Simpit Racing, ANZ OSR, ANZ Motorsports. Henry James Racing 07. Kids with Cancer Foundation car, which will probably be starting rear of grid instead of 49th. Demidov Motorsport number 4, who unfortunately were out of the session very, very early, as was the Multi-21 Sim Racing Car 2, as also was Curtis Chipaway in the griptv.org Racing, and STC Motorsports North America 1 entries. What a big field we've got.
Absolutely massive field. So many people to remember, and there's going to be so much action to try and keep on top of tomorrow as well. Like even in the qualifying session, it was hard to keep up with everyone and where they were on track. So I'm sure it's going to be fun for us in the Combox tomorrow. There'll always be something to talk about, always something interesting happening. But you know, we've got to look forward to the top 15 at the moment and how that's all going to play out. So this should be really, really interesting.
Been joined by my teammate for the race tomorrow, Mike Koroleff. You there, Mike?
I am. How are you?
Very good. Now, how was that from Stuart's standpoint?
Look, not too bad. There were a few little instances that we had to make a ruling on, and certainly you can't, as you know, within the series elsewhere, if you've destroyed the car and can't make it back to the pits, that's the end of your qualifying session. And we had a few drivers try a little bit of a sneaky move and help their teammates back by giving them a little nudge and adding to the speed. So we'll look at that post-race and determine exactly what we're going to do for those drivers. Obviously, the drivers that were had blown engines, they were out, and we made sure that that was the case. And the other two teams that did try a little bit of a sneaky manoeuvre, we'll have a little bit of a chat post-race and see exactly what's going to happen there. So we'll keep you notified. Other than that, pretty good overall. I think everything went rather well.
And no changes with the top 15 there as they were?
Yes, there should be.
Yes,
that is correct.
Very good.
That is correct.
Now, speaking of, how did you go with our setup?
Well, I tweaked it a little bit, put in a time early, and never actually went. I only went a couple of tenths better than it after that, but right at the end, put in a slightly faster lap, and I did a little bit of higher fuel load running and tweaked the set a little bit more. And seeing as we were a late inclusion, didn't really have a race setup, as it were. So used the session, stayed out of the road of everybody else, tweaked the setup so it's more drivable, so you won't have to work as hard, which I know you'll probably enjoy. And yeah, should be a cruisy drive for you. I expect you to bring it up the grid.
Just make sure it's clean for me and don't scratch it.
Oh, I won't do that.
You probably will.
I'd be more worried about the vice versa there, Mike. You'll do the hard yards the first session, and as soon as Jay gets into it, it's going to be in the wall.
Yeah, you'll have to watch out for chip wrappers as he comes into the car. They won't be able to fit in.
Throw away the Pringles jars. Gone.
That's it. That's what we need underneath the brake pedal, the Pringles jar.
Yeah. I'm sure Jay's got plenty of those floating around. But yeah, I reckon we could almost put money on it. If Jay's going to bin it first lap or not, we could probably start a little stakes running through bets online.
So I should start the car, you mean, if I want to get a drive? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm saying if you want to have a little bit of fun tomorrow, just make sure you got the first stint.
That's just jinxed it for me, hasn't it?
Yeah.
No, it should be great. I'm really looking forward to it, and thanks to the guys that stepped forward and said, yes, we'll put you in as a wildcard entry. That's greatly appreciated. It's very nice of the community to get behind it as well. Jay and I certainly appreciate it. We were bitterly disappointed we were so close in time, even though there were still a fair few cars in between us. So we'll be there tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really, really thankful for the guys that sort of said, yep, give a wildcard spot. So I'm really, really happy and thankful that we've got that opportunity, and can't wait. I really can't wait for tomorrow. I mean, put in so much hard work to actually get it running. To not actually have raced it would have been quite depressing. So really looking forward to tomorrow now.
Yeah, and we're going to be busy too, Jay, aren't we? We're certainly going to be doing admin duties as well in between and backwards and forwards. So it's going to be a very full day for us.
Yeah, I think I'm actually triple stinting. Jumping in the commentary box as well. So just the session is now up. So we'll start to see some pictures come through very, very soon.
Yep, I'm going to have to drop in there and get it all set up and get ready. So I'll catch you later, guys.
Good luck, mate.
Cheers, thanks.
Won't be long until we'll start getting pictures through. Drivers start to join in the next couple of minutes. Only just become live, so it won't be long to start getting pictures through. We're also starting to get some drivers come in for some interviews post their hot laps, so it'd be good to be able to get some insights from the drivers after their flying lap, which I can't wait for. I'm really looking forward to this. I remember the last time we did a top 10 shootout, which was for the first race at Mount Panorama. It was fantastic to be involved with, but this is going to be something different again.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the first time we've done the shootout style thing, but it's the first time we've done the shootout with 15 cars and with such high stakes. So, it's going to be fantastic to watch.
I don't think there's high stakes here. I think it's the highest. It's the pole position for a Bathurst 1000. I don't think there's anything bigger.
No, not on our racing schedule at the moment anyway. So, I mean, this is the biggest event that we've ever done, and it's been fantastic. I'm absolutely loving it so far. Really looking forward to tomorrow. But, it doesn't get much bigger than this for us in Australia. So, and it's good to see a few international guys out there watching it. And if you're an international person who's watching online at the moment, leave us a comment on YouTube or put it on our Facebook wall where you're from and maybe a photo of you watching. It's always good to see the internationals getting involved and seeing what we're doing and getting a bit of feedback from them and what they think of our broadcast. I think we've got our international counterparts joining us tomorrow, if I do remember right.
Yeah, we should hopefully have both JD and Kane joining us to help cover some stints, and we'll also have some drivers popping in while they're not in the car as well tomorrow, so that should be good fun. I love it when we have drivers come in and have a chat while the race is on. I always think it's a great insight, and you also hear from the drivers on track. You also hear from the race admins as well, so it should be a good fun event tomorrow. We've got about 6 minutes to go until the shootout starts.
So we might just take a beer break.
You go.
Everyone, no, I was just going to say we just might take a quick beer break, grab a nice cold drink, and get ready for the top 15.
We'll be back in a couple of minutes, guys.
Going to be okay to be calling the car.
The time has come to say goodbye to one of the greats of our time. It has seen champions come and go, and entertained the crowd with quite a show.
We are racing at Mount Panorama.
So the revs rise for the final round of the iRacing V8 Supercar Series, the grand finale at Oran Park. We are underway.
He's going to have to jump. Addison down with a fantastic start.
Late on the brakes. Oh, contact.
Contact there. Madison Down's gone round. Oh, contact. Ruggy is around. It's big one. And he's going to collect it. Huge incident. 3 or 4 cars all in pole.
Run wide. This is it. Jared's going to get a run down the front straight. He's carrying that pace all the way to the start finish line. On this turn, he'll understeer too wide. He's touched the grass. And that's where he's off. He's fired off through the gravel. He's got to keep it off the tyres. Oh, it's a battle of the brake pads. They go into the chicane, trying to not grab too much curve. A little bit sideways.
Madison has got the inside. Oh, almost contact between teammates.
Hampstead will win Racing Champion 6.
Here he comes. Oh, he's not too much, is he? Oh, he's held on to it. There's a hard stop.
Got Michael Schrager's involved.
Go 4. That's crazy. Oh, hold your breath, stuff, as they come into the turns. Oh, the gain through the hairpin. Look how close it is between both. Oh, Elgin Piggins to the back there in the field. Looks like all the Hyper Simulated Falcons. A dominant season for Madison Down.
Shootout time. Very pumped for this. Obviously, we saw how close qualifying was. This is a win it or bin it situation, and a lot of pressure being the first guy out. It's not the position you want to be, but I got to say, being the last guy out as well is very stressful. So it's going to be awesome to watch.
Also joined by the man behind all of this, Simon Black. How are you, Simon?
Good evening, guys. Well, thank you. Yourselves?
Oh, fantastic. Now, how did you find that session? 2 hours of absolute mayhem.
Yeah, I made a mess of myself at the Forest Elbow.
We noticed.
Yeah, oh, good. That's good to hear. Yeah, no, I was trying to back out of the way, and yeah, it's very hard to gauge the distance out of the back of the car in the mirror, and I stuffed it up royally. Luckily, Fab's got to keep going, so all good.
Now, while we've got you here and before this actually starts, we probably should have another quick plug for the fundraiser that we're supporting, the Kids with Cancer Foundation. Obviously, a brilliant cause, and good to see that we can support them. And there's been a fair few donations at the moment rolling in, and we'll give you a target as we go. But yeah, it's a great organisation. Let's get behind it. donate.v8sonline.com.au.
Yeah, thank you to everybody. Everyone's been very generous, and we're doing fairly well in the fundraising, so thanks to everyone for that.
We're not far away now from the actual top 10 shootout. I think there's a lot of nervous drivers down in the interview room just below us. First driver out will be the 08 of Chris Coxhead in the James Racing entry. Chris, he's done a really, really good job throughout the Premier Series. He qualified for the first event at Coda, but unfortunately missed out on a spot due to some server issues. So he's done very, very well this season, and he'll be a driver to watch coming up next year in the Premier Series.
Some names that we don't normally see too much in the top 15, and on a bigger note than that, there's some big names that didn't make the top 15, which names that you would think that you would see in this top 15 shootout. So that probably goes to show a few different things, probably how much different this car is to the Falcon that we were driving before. So, you know, this is suiting a few different people, and also just the style of racing that we've put up for this event. So yeah, you know, with no Dylan Sharman in the top 15, which you would have expected to see in there. Matthew Barron's probably another big name that we thought would be in the top 15, wasn't in there. Even Christian Elwood, I thought he would probably slip into the top 15 as well. He's a fairly solid contender, and but all three of those guys not there.
Not far away now, but yeah, as you say, there's a lot of drivers. You could almost have the whole field in the top 50 could have made that.
Yeah, so but it's good to see a few new faces out there doing the top 15 and feeling the pressure. So it's good to get them out there, and definitely good to see that we're going to get a bit of a mix-up with this car of the future.
Waiting for the first car to come out on track. Won't be too far away. It will be V8. Chris Coxhead be the first car out on track. Saying that, his teammate could actually do the drive if they so chose, but Chris is the driver in the session, so he will be the driver on the lap. Waiting for him to receive the message from race control to go out and start his lap. Really excited by this session. It's going to be something absolutely fantastic that, as we said, we have seen before, but it's totally different now. It's much more than what it was the last time we did this. Last time we were here, it was all about winning that first ever race at Bathurst, but this time it's the Bathurst 1000. It's bigger again.
That's right. It's even more pressure. The first Bathurst event, I remember how much hype there was around that, and this just seems to be even more extreme than that. I think it's probably been one of the events that people have been most excited about. So it's fantastic to have it on the board finally.
As we were talking about before, it's going to be interesting to see who or how guys actually approach the warm-up to this lap, how they warm their car up, how they warm their tyres up. They've only got that one lap, whereas in that other session, they actually could take many laps to warm up the tyres, and grip in the tyres would adjust and change over multiple laps.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to get the temp into these tyres. If you were Chris Coxhead and you're the first guy out, you'd think that the smartest approach to this would be to take a nice, clean, conservative lap and get a lap time in, because a few of these guys up the front are just going to go for it and probably bin it. So I would say, just get in there, get a lap time in, and hope for the best result.
Well, the best thing about starting this lap 15th position, last position, is you've got nothing to lose. Goes out there and just puts in a solid banking lap time. The worst that can happen is he starts 15th, which he's already in, so he's got absolutely nothing to lose. The sector lap times or sector split times we're looking for is something in the 46 second bracket. Sector 1, low 46. Sector 2, looking at around the 30 second mark. And saying that the track will be a little bit slower this session because the clouds have cleared the track. It is now quite sunny on track and the track temperature is a lot higher. So it'll be a little bit less grip than what we were seeing before. Oh, a little bit sideways. Yeah. That ripple strip not quite as grippy as the actual asphalt. Get on the limiter, coming up the hill there in 5th gear. Oh, a little bit too wide. Kept it off the wall though.
Obviously struggling with the track conditions, a little bit different to where we were before.
Whoa,
oh, he's really struggling. Slippery.
Keeping off the wall though, that's the most important thing to do, I think, in this session. Need to keep it off that wall, put in a bank time, see what happens.
So that's all we can hope for. He probably just needs to calm it down a bit, get a lap time in, and be happy with it. So there'll be a few other guys that will be struggling with this as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously not much time to adjust your setup either. And there might be a few guys out here that might have made that risky move of just twitching the setup a little bit, hoping that it will push them up a few positions.
So probably about 3.5 seconds off what we saw in that session before, but the guys were saying in a little bit of a chat before, they're expecting mid-6s to be the time, just from the weather conditions. So mid-6 probably will be pole, or low 6 will almost definitely be pole. See how we go. I think an 8 here for Chris will be a pretty good lap, pretty solid lap. Coming up to Murray's. Across the line. Good solid lap time. He'll get a 9.2. Good lap there from Chris. Nice solid time.
Yeah, fantastic run there from Chris.
Pretty happy with that first top 10 shootout. So the next car out is Michael Schreier.
Top 15. Yes.
I believe he's already on track across the top of the mountain.
Yep, Schreier's already out on track. Gonna get some temp in those tyres. But yeah, definitely happy to have banked a lap time.
It looks as if that lap just then of Coxhead may not actually count. Not 100% sure on that. We'll check, but it's not actually appearing in the qualifying time, so he may have actually hit the wall. That lap time may not have counted. Well, I'll confirm that in a little while, so we're not sure on that.
Michael Schreier, Synergy Sim Racing.
I really like these cars. I think that blue really stands out really well with that livery.
Yeah, it's a fantastic looking livery. He's got a good run.
Looking fairly smooth coming up.
Yeah, definitely some very clean lines there. Very conservative coming across, not pushing it all the way out to the wall, but just getting that lap time in, which is what you need.
I think after seeing that first lap, he just knows he needs to keep it pretty smooth.
So he's doing a fantastic job so far.
Pretty good sector time there at the 30.9, so we use that as a marker for guys coming up across the top of the mountain. Fastest we saw in that cooler session was a 29.8, so he's pretty honoured from what I think in regards to weather. The chase looked very smooth this lap. Oh, a little bit crossed up coming out of the chase though.
A little bit wobbly.
First little glimpse that you see the car looking unstable for him. It's been a very smooth lap. Crosses the line. 2:07.650. Good lap from Michael.
Yeah, fantastic lap. This one in the bank.
The next car on track is Sean Kelly.
Sean Kelly getting to probably make a bit of a statement here after leaving the session early for qualifying, after having a bit of damage.
this was something that the guys have seemed to be doing a little bit, is in the weaving and also the acceleration and braking to get some heat in the tyres.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of the guys obviously not really getting their fastest laps until the third laps in these cars, so you're going to be doing everything you can to try and get some heat to these tyres on your out lap with only a 1 lap chance to get this done.
So good to see after what we've seen with the old FG Falcon, the guys would have to do a slow out lap to get a quick flying lap and only get 1 lap on the tyres. It's great to see that the tyres will last a few laps before they'll go off, so it's really good to see. It's been a really positive thing about the car. But here we go, Sean Kelly in the TTR Super Black Commodore. He will team up with Tony Autridge tomorrow. Good exit of Murray's to get this lap started. Whoa, crossed up.
Committed. It's recovered from that quite nicely.
Yeah, it's didn't lose too much speed there. Quite lucky. Quite easily have seen him go straight ahead into the service road there. Using all the track too, coming into turn 2 on the white line. Under brakes, it's always scary on the lines, under brakes.
Oh, here we go. He's on it.
Bad first split time, so 47.8.
So he didn't get the run he wants. He's going to have to try and make it up across the top.
Well, Sean, even though he did qualify 13th, he probably had the pace to be a bit further up the field than that, but of course had to.
So that wasn't a very good run coming into Skyline there.
No.
He looked a little bit offline.
And that's a good second split. He's up from what we saw on Schreier. Will be the time to beat. Going. Oh, so close to that wall. .90 before he's on the brakes in the chase. They're very, very committed into the chase too. Broke really, really late. Laps look really good. That little bit lost time across the top at Skyline, but I still think this is going to be a very, very good bank time. Oh, he's actually slower than Schreier.
Yeah, a few little mistakes there, but yeah, he's definitely dedicated.
We'll grab a chat with Sean now. Sean, obviously not quite as happy as you would be with that lap.
No, not really. It's pretty sloppy out there. Haven't been too comfortable in qualifying in general today at all. So yeah, I guess it's a bit of banker and just a bit of a banker and still went wide in a couple of places. So I'll take it. Could have been worse. Could have been out of the shootout. So yeah.
Yeah, well done on staying in the shootout, mate. It got very, very close towards the end. I'm sure you're biting your nails by the end.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, not been, feeling pretty helpless. We were so, but we'll see how we go. Me and Tony, long race, so feeling pretty good about our pairing. So yeah,
you've got a pretty accomplished teammate, so I think you should see yourself do pretty well tomorrow.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, we just everybody's going to have the same strategy: keep out of trouble, not doing anything too stupid, keep after walls, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see who double stints and who doesn't, and yeah, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, good luck tomorrow, mate.
Cheers, guys. Good luck. It's house.
There's Sean Kelly there. Is Michael Fabian about to start the flying lap. Wasn't sure which driver was going to actually take the lap on this one here. Richard Elwood did quite a few laps in that qualifying session. So Michael Fabian, fairly well known as well. A bit different in not driving in a fluorescent orange car that we were used to seeing him in on our Monday night V8 Supercar broadcasts in the past. Nice and smooth through turn 1.
Yeah, definitely smooth through turn 1. Tried to keep it off the curb. So obviously the guy's struggling with grip once they hit that curb.
A little bit wide through the exit of 2.
Very easy to do in this car if the tyres are a little bit cold. Understeer seems to be a major problem.
Now, I think we'll see quite a lot of that happening in the race tomorrow as guys coming out of the pits after a pit stop, after a driver change as well, and going straight ahead at turn 2. I can really see that happening quite a lot tomorrow.
Okay.
I hope it's not me. Look pretty good across
Looking
the top
quite
here.
committed.
Good second split. Nice exit out of Forest Elbow as well. So see how fast he gets down Conrod, looking around the 290 mark. The other varying factor that we're seeing in the session is just like real life. The wind can actually make an impact down Conrod Straight and up Mountain Straight as well. So see how much of an impact it will play out throughout this session, but they're right on at 290 again, so 2 cars in a row at that 290 mark.
Definitely looking really clean coming out through the chase there into the final corner.
And moves to the top at the moment, so 207.616. Oops. Michael Schreier by a couple of hundredths. Next carry out will be Dean O'Brien. Teammate actually hasn't done a lap at all in any of the pre-qualifying or the qualifying session, so Dean might have to do a lot of the work himself. Dean? Uh, 204.477 qualifying session.
So you're trying to get some heat in these tyres.
So here we go, O'Brien about to start this flying lap. Make sure he gets a really good exit out of Murray's. Coming up front straight and up to Hell Corner. Nice and smooth, that looks very good.
Yeah, it's a brilliant run. Like another car struggling with a lot of understeer into turn 2 there.
Kept going, it didn't want to turn at all there. So late on the power. And again through the cutting. A little bit off the pace of Fabian at checkpoint 1. Oh, all crossed up. Now we're trying to make some time up down the hill. Maybe these lap times that we've been seeing actually haven't been that bad.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of guys struggling with the exact same thing. Obviously understeer is a massive issue out there. Very clean though, coming down Skyline through the dippers, you know, in the elbow. Good run out.
Second sector doesn't look too bad in regards to time, so we'll see what how it pans out in the next little bit. Looking really good coming into the chase here. Pulled it up as well.
Yeah, fantastic.
Thought he might have been
job
able
there.
to been running a little bit deep there because he was really late on the brakes. With the understeer he'd been battling with, I didn't think he was going to pull it up, but he's done well. Looked like a pretty solid lap. Don't think it'll be enough. Yes, it is. 2:07.437. So a good lap from Dean O'Brien, moves to P1.
Yeah, fantastic lap really to keep that together. Obviously understeer, it's one of the worst things, especially at this track, just trying to get a lap together. You definitely would prefer a little bit of snap oversteer than have to deal with the amount of chronic understeer these boys are dealing with.
So next out we've got Chad Chastain, STC Motorsports North American team, teaming up with Nigel Baines.
It's a fantastic looking livery. I'll give him that.
Sponsored by Impit. Really, these guys really always put out some fantastic looking liveries. All that really bizarre but really cool looking orange and light blue livery a little while ago, and now they're maintaining that light blue. It's really good. Here we go, about to start this flying lap. Still another car struggling with understeer. Coming through turn 1, really late on the power.
Yeah, it's a scary feeling trying to pull the car in, and you can't get on the gas because it just keeps pulling and pulling you closer into these walls. So not a bad run into 2.
Yeah, that's probably the best we've seen through this part of the track. Man, that almost understeered straight into that outside wall there, coming into the cutting. Under brakes, this is committed. And the best first sector split time we've seen so far, and you can tell from how committed this lap is.
Whoa! Hanging it sideways there. Doesn't seem to be slowing him down. Sonic coming down the dippers.
Oh! Almost hit the wall on the outside of the dipper there. It's still the quickest second split time, so this lap is looking good from Chad Chastain. Not a bad exit out of the elbow as well, probably the most important corner on the track.
Fantastic run.
Getting up to 293, so that's the fastest we've seen coming into the chase. And looks good through the chase as well. Oh, right on cue. Snap oversteer. Did a great job though. Pulling it up for Murray's. Crosses the line, not enough. Lost a little bit of time at the chase. And it'll put him second at the moment. 2:07.462.
Yeah, just fell a little bit for him in there, just coming down through the dippers, a little bit straight, couldn't get it in, and then at the chase there, just obviously a little bit of snap oversteer, and that was it. Lap time's done. It goes to show how close this is, and there's hardly anything left in it.
We got Wayne Burke next, Synergy Sim Racing team. Second of their cars we've seen in this session.
Yeah, definitely a man who knows how to put a lap together, so fantastic to see him out there.
He's going for a really fast outlap, which is interesting. Hearing a few guys are not sure on what way to actually run this outlap, whether they go flat out or whether they take it nice and easy or what to do. They're really not sure.
Well, obviously he's trying to mix it up a bit, seeing the guys struggle with a slow out lap, trying to get heat into the tyres. He's just trying to get it out there as quick as possible.
There we go with this understeer really late into one. Doesn't look too bad at all.
No, that looks a fairly clean run up the top here. Be interesting to see how he goes up the top here. Looks like he's going to go out a bit wide.
Oh, he's actually had some oversteer there.
Really nice and clean, actually going up through the cutting though. Hug the wall.
Good first sector split as well.
He's looking
Nice
good
through
down through the dippers.
nice. Really good through there.
Coming into the elbow. It's the power down. Nice and early. He's going to get a good run down here.
That's really good into the chase.
Sexy times would be looking good.
Yeah.
Coming into the final corner.
Oh, not enough.
Total 7492.
Third. So drops in behind Chastain. Next driver we'll see is Sam Sutton. Sam now without a teammate for tomorrow, so he may not even be able to make the race.
Yeah,
it'll
be disappointing to see if Sam Sutton can't make it out there. After obviously a lot of work, makes it to the top 15.
He's done a really good job actually to put the car up as far front as he has. There's another driver that's going for this fast out lap. There's full speed coming into the chase on his out lap, so looking to make sure that he's ready to go. Hearing that a few drivers will do that because they're also trying to get a feel for the track as well, the different conditions. So especially being over half an hour since the guys were on track, so it'll be a little bit different to what they were used to in that previous session.
Have a good run. Looks clean.
Yeah, that's looked really good through this section of the track. Not a bad first sector. Probably not the quickest, but still nice and solid. Looking pretty good across the top of the mountain as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a very clean lap, driving within his limits.
That's the key to these
Car seems
shootout
to be-
laps. You don't want to push the car too hard, but you don't want to go incredibly slow. You just put out a solid lap time, and quite often that's enough.
Exactly, that's what you need. You need solid lap times. Once you start driving above your ability, the car definitely disagrees, and that's where you start seeing incidents where you'll slip coming out of a corner, or just make those little mistakes that just scrub just tenths that you need. But Sam Sutton definitely doing a fantastic job.
A little bit unsettled there into the chase as he's clipped probably a little bit too much curb coming in, but still pulled it up okay. And Murray's for his flying lap. Crosses the line. That's the best time we've seen, a 2:07.1.
Yeah, fantastic run there from Sam Sutton, who I do believe is in the commentary box with us right now.
Yeah, I got you, boys.
Yeah, good lap, mate.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, cheers. I actually fist pumped when I saw that time. I felt really slow across the top, so that's actually pretty good.
I think it's one of the key things, sorry Jay, that we were just talking about, is driving the car within your limits and not pushing too hard just because it's a top 15 shootout. And I think you did a fantastic job of that.
Yeah, I just conscious effort to stay a little bit further away from the walls than I usually would, and it looks like it's paid off so far.
Yeah, how's the track condition in comparison to what you had earlier?
A lot less grip, especially just in the slower turns. You kind of have to... track temperature's up by about 10 degrees, so that'll make it harder for you.
Well, good luck tomorrow, mate. Hopefully you'll actually get a run and find a teammate. See how you go.
Yeah, cheers, boys.
Good luck, mate. Next driver out will be Lee Ellis. We'll quickly grab Dean O'Brien, who's managed to step into the box. You there, Dean?
Yeah, hey fellas.
Good lap until you just got pipped there, mate, but you must be pretty happy with that. You gained at least 2 spots.
Yeah, I can't complain with it, to be honest. Few little mistakes, but didn't bin it, so I'm pretty happy.
Is that your plan? Just make sure you don't bin it and have fun?
Yeah, pretty much. Did the top 10 shootout last time at Bathurst, and that was my plan. So last time, and it worked out okay, so I thought I'd just give it another crack again.
Good luck for tomorrow, mate, and have fun.
Yeah, cheers fellas, thanks.
Alright, mate. Lee Ellis has just started his flying lap. Sorry there, Daniel.
No, that's alright. Yeah, Lee Ellis out on track. Got to say, I do like the orange and blue on that TTR car.
Does look good together.
It definitely does. Well, it's looking a little bit wide there.
Yeah, that looked really strange, just watching that. It looked really... I don't know if it looks slow or it looks slow because it was actually quick.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually struggling with understeer in his car as well.
That's a pretty good first sector split time though.
Oh, that's close to the wall. That's very dedicated.
The community is across the top here. Because I'm pretty sure his teammate will be unhappy if he doesn't put it on pole. Do a bit of a shout out to Madison, who I know isn't at home at the moment. I'm pretty sure he's out on the town with Brad Ryan. Of all people,
it's a scary pairing to be out and about with, isn't it?
We've seen them two in action together. It's not fun. It's not pretty.
Well, if Madison, if you're watching this tomorrow from Brad Ryan's basement, nice shout out.
This has looked pretty good from Lee. I think this should, if he can get this chase right, he should jump to the top of the timesheet. I tell you what, these guys are pretty good in their time predictions. They said a mid-6 would be pole and a 6 something would be pretty much the time.
Yeah, obviously fairly familiar with the conditions and what they were going to bring out, so good to see. Yeah, it's looking fairly strong here.
Oh no! Sam Sutton's got him. He'll drop into P2, the 2:07.2. Wait for Lee to Come on, I think we got him now. You there, Lee?
Hey.
Not the lap you wanted, I'm guessing.
Oh, still it's not too bad. Still got a P2, but yeah, missed quite a few apexes. Couldn't quite get the grip right, but yeah.
We were saying that lap there, turn 2, that looked really weird through turn 2. What happened there? The
exit? I don't know. I can't remember. I just tried to make the apex and drive through it, I guess, normally.
Struggling with a lot of understeer on the car?
Yeah, definitely. I've made wholesale changes to what my setup was, so it's made it a little bit better, but still hasn't made it 100%. Yeah, we definitely got a better race set than we do a quali set. Just wish Matt was here so I could chuck it on pole.
Yeah, damn Brad Ryan.
I know, right?
It's all Brad Ryan.
Stealing my teammate.
Yeah, what a jerk. Mate, you might be racing with Sam Sutton tomorrow because you might have a teammate. We're predicting that Brad Ryan's going to kidnap Madison and hide him in his basement.
Look, I think that's actually quite a big possibility, so...
Alright, we'll let you go. Ian's just started his lap. Good luck, mate.
Cheers, guys.
Ian's got it out sideways into the first corner.
He actually almost lost it through the chase on his out lap. He's almost lost it through turn 1, so you can't say he's not committed on this lap.
Yeah, again, this is probably goes back to the conversation we were having before with driving within your ability. Plus, I could say that he's probably made some setup changes just to try and get this lap in. Sometimes it works, most of the time it just ends up being worse for you.
Interesting to see where he's about to get a checkpoint time right here, and it's actually not too bad. 47.8, it's about a tenth off what Lee Ellis just did on that last lap. About 2/10 off what we've seen as the best, so it's not too bad from where he was looking at turn 1.
Looked a bit shaky.
Too bad across the top. Doesn't look quite as settled as he'd like. No, a little bit slow across the top actually. Looking at the sectors, about 0.3 off, so he's about half a second off where he needs to be.
He's having another bit of issue there. Looks like he's having a lot of issues trying to get the power down. It's snapping on him. So the front end's not as settled as he would like.
There was a lot of wheel spin coming out of turn 19 there, so there we go. Coming into the chase, still pretty quick. 292. Dropped over that curve and almost got air. That's committed, trying to make up that little bit of lost time. Ball sideways, comes across the line for a 7.5. We're in 6th position, so he's lost a couple of spots. Hopefully grab Ian for a chat in a couple of seconds. Just quite got his ears on yet. John Latham will be the next driver out, as we're saying. He'll be driving with Richard Hampstead. Alright.
Yeah, John Latham going guns blazing on his outlap.
I think we've got Ian Ford there now. You got us, mate?
Yeah, sure do, guys.
Are you happy with that lap? Disappointed with that lap?
I'm so angry at the first corner, but other than that, I've tried everything I could to claw back the time throughout the rest of the lap.
We're obviously struggling a bit with the rear of the car there. A lot of wheel spin we're noticing through a lot of the sections too.
Oh, I haven't driven the car for like 40 minutes, so it was just, everything was just all chance heading into the first couple of corners.
Yeah, how did you find the track conditions there, mate?
It's really slippery. It understeers, it oversteers, it does everything a car shouldn't do.
Did you change any setup before that lap?
No, I did like one lap of warm-up and then just went, okay, we'll just stick with it and see how it goes.
Oh, good luck for tomorrow, mate. You've got a pretty capable teammate out there tomorrow, so good luck.
Thank you.
John Latham now on his flying lap.
Oh, a little bit of snap there coming out of turn 1.
It looked not too bad though, probably about the right amount that you want. Don't want it to go any further. Oh, deep under brakes.
Oh, that looks like he's going to go out a bit wide.
Not too bad. There's a long way off the pace, about half a second off.
Yeah, he looked a little bit shaky coming to the cutting. Took it a bit wide. So he's struggling to hit those apex.
Really looking unstable for him.
Yeah, he just doesn't seem to be coping with it as well.
Oh. Oh, and he's hit the wall. This lap time may not count at all. Could see this car starting in P14.
Yeah, it looks like he's carrying a bit of damage. Won't be happy.
30.050 at the second sector split. So again, not quite where he needs to be, but saying this time may not even count. Through the chase. See what we can get for a time, but can't see this being good enough to be up at the pointy end. Across the line, it will be in the 8s and 8.1. The lap time does count. They're lucky to get away with that little scrape on the wall. 8.153 puts him in 10th position. It's still the last runner that's actually completed a lap. Next driver on track is Josh Muggleton. Might see if we can sneak a chat with his brother Jared. You there, Jared?
Alright, mate. How's things?
Yeah, very good. Now, how nervous are you watching this lap?
I'm sweating a little bit more than I thought I'd be.
Yeah, you've got a pretty good teammate out there, mate. How are you feeling about tomorrow?
Yeah, good. I've mostly been doing race runs, staying away from the quality stuff, leaving that to Josh, but feeling pretty comfortable actually. Just got to keep it off the wall and give him a good car.
Are you starting the race tomorrow, or you let him handle that one?
We haven't decided yet.
Flipping
Or I
a
might
coin?
just not want to tell everyone our strategy, so you choose that.
So who is the cooler brother, by the way?
Oh mate, definitely me. Oh.
Yeah, you sound a lot cooler than Josh. Just saying, Josh feels a little bit awkward, you know. So definitely the cooler guy.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
That's
just I'll give him that title if he can put us on pole.
Before he even gets a lap.
What's he doing?
Jeez, mate, you might need to go slap him in the back of the head.
I'll leave him for about 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
Not a bad exit of Murray's there, so he's got a good start to this lap. Too bad there through Hell Corner.
Yeah, definitely good run off Hell.
See if we get the understeer that we've been seeing. No,
I think that's
pretty
a
good.
fairly nice run.
Yep. Looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, definitely. Keeping it nice and straight.
Good first sector split time. Oh no!
Oh.
That's it.
Bit of understeer
That's
there.
Lap done.
Yeah. See a lot of guys struggling with understeer on this one, and that's it. Balls to the wall, and didn't really work out for him.
That'll put you,
luckily it's a long race.
That'll put you in P14, I'm pretty sure, mate. So, long race, as you say. I don't think it'll be too bad coming from back there.
Yeah, all good. As long as we avoid the carnage in the first couple of laps.
As long as you're nowhere near Jay, that's the main thing.
The only time you'll be near me is when you come in the lapping, so you'll be fine.
Or if Lee doesn't blow an engine in front of us.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
true.
you really have to worry about, isn't it?
Okay, doing some burnouts for us, mate.
Yeah, that was pretty crap.
Yeah,
Unlucky, mate.
Struggling with understeer?
Yeah. We've been focusing on race set all week, so not too worried about quali, but yeah, still would have been nice to finish a lap, but you know, that happens. So long race tomorrow. Jared feels comfortable in the car, so we'll see what happens.
So you're pretty confident on your race set?
Yeah, real confident with that. We put a lot of work into that, so that has been our main focus, and Jared's comfortable in it, so that's all that matters. And yeah, long race, so hopefully that pays off for us.
Good enough for a win?
Yeah, I think so.
Fantastic.
I think the biggest thing here is keeping it clean. If you can do that for the whole race, then you give yourself a good shot at the victory. So we're aiming for a top 10. If we get that, we'll be happy. Anything above that, awesome.
Yeah, brilliant. So what we were talking about before, it's all about staying on the lead lap for as long as possible. Then when you get into those last dying back quarter of the race is when you go hell for leather and just go for the positions then.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you can't fall too far behind because you don't know when the safety car is going to fall, if it does. So yeah, you need to keep pushing and stay up there, and hopefully you, as Neil Crompton and Mark Scove say, buy your ticket to the end.
Well, good luck tomorrow, boys. We'll have fun out on track, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks, guys.
Good luck, boys. We got Bo Cattell now about to start his flying lap. Bo teaming up with Henry King. That'll be a really solid pair as well. Henry and Bo, both guys that will be very good on fuel as well. So they're another ones to watch when we were talking about the fuel situation before. Guys saying that they're going to have to do a short stint somewhere. These are guys that might be able to avoid that.
Yeah, definitely. Bo Cattell, Henry King. Both of them definitely know their racing craft really well. So that's a strong pairing.
Oh, that was committed under brakes there in the turn 2, but pulled it up and looked really good.
Oh, looks like he's really struggling with that back end and trying to get the front turned in.
He loves driving this car sideways. He loves just driving cars sideways. So it's one of the fastest first sector times we've seen. And all across top. This is committed. This is looking very good. And then to keep it off the walls.
Man on a mission.
Oh, sideways through Skyline. Man just loves it like that. Good second split time. This lap looks very good. Oh, sideways through the elbow. This is looking really good. Good coming into the chase as well. Us tick 290. Pulls it up really well. Missed the apex a little. Cost him a tiny little bit of time. Will we see our first lap in the sixes? It still looks really good.
You'll be close to it.
Oh, just hit Sam Sutton. With a 207.163. That's what? 17 thousandths of a second?
Absolutely insane. Could have been close to a 206, I reckon, if that third sector went a little bit better. But that's definitely what we're talking about when it's bin it or win it. Fantastic run. Good job there, Bo.
Thanks, mate. Now that was ultra committed, mate. Was that the plan? Oh, he's gone. He's still there?
Still in shock, maybe.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, got you, mate.
Oh, sweet.
So that was obviously full commitment. You wanted to bin it or win it?
I can't hear. Oh, hang on.
Typical of Bo, he doesn't know what he's doing. We might have to come back to you, Bo.
Just keep pressing buttons until something works.
We'll pop Bo back down there. We'll quickly have a chat with John Latham. You got us, John?
Yeah, mate.
Unlucky there with that lap. Looked pretty good most of the lap, but that clip on the wall killed your time there.
Yeah, I actually had a dive. I reckon it was a bit low, and yeah, it was actually better on my in lap than it was on my hot lap. So yeah, just a bit of a mistake, but I reckon we've got a pretty good race car. So yeah, we'll see how we go tomorrow.
I think the big key for you is you've got a pretty good teammate alongside you.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, he was definitely a nice lap. So
Well, good luck for tomorrow, mate, and have fun.
no worries. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. We've got Mitchell McLeod out on the flying lap at the moment. Yeah.
Very.
Whoa!
Oh! Jeez. I'm sure he just let one slip going around there. It's a fantastic livery on this car. He's doing a brilliant job. That little incident is very committed.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
good to
goes
see
across the top.
Mitch back out there, putting in 120% again. Obviously, the man who wants the points at the moment in this championship. Well, this is looking quite good.
Yeah, good second split time, so just need to get it through here.
This is where he's got a chance to make up a bit of time here on Bo. Bo looked like he had a few issues in the third sector.
Yep.
So if he can nail the chase, he might be in with a run in here.
Oh, really late on the brakes. He had a second go at the throttle.
He's got that in. His car's looking quite responsive. He might do all right here.
Yeah, I think we might see a 6 here. Crosses the line, 7 flat. Moves to the top of the timesheets. The 7.032. Mitch, you got us there, mate.
I sure do. How are you going?
Very good, mate. Good lap. Well done.
Yeah, cheers. I didn't think I was going to be anywhere near the front. I was taking it way too easy, so a bit surprised about that. So at least I'm not going down any positions.
Yeah, you can't go any worse than what you were before. So
You've done a fantastic job there. Obviously, turn 2 was a bit of a hair raiser for you, but managed to pull it back together again.
Yeah, I actually changed my setup in the dying stages of qualifying and made it heaps better through there and made it grip up more. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll put some power down, I'll be right. But nah, it caught me out and yeah, lucky I missed that ball in the exit.
Yeah, you've done really well to save it, but fantastic lap, mate. So you know, you've done well. So this could be it for you, mate. You might be taking us out for the 1000 tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It was a bit awkward because I could see myself going around on the TV next to me. So Dad's sitting next to me watching the broadcast.
That wouldn't happen to be my brother.
So obviously not too many beers before that
lap. Sorry, what was that?
I said that wouldn't be my brother sitting there watching your lap on TV, would it?
Nah, it's not. He's out drinking somewhere.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
It's where Mitch is about to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked up today. I'm good.
Good luck tomorrow, Mitch.
Cheers, guys.
Well, the only man that can pip him from pole is Jared Philsell. Considering his team boss has just said that he will probably bin it. This will be an interesting lap. This will be 100% commitment. And it looks very, very nice and smooth through turn 1.
That's a good run.
Interesting watching the split times on Jared's outlap. It's the fastest second sector split time we've seen all night on his outlap. So this is going to be a committed lap.
Oh, that's scary, isn't it?
I see a 6 here.
Oh, that's a good run.
Has to keep it off the wall.
Mistakes. He's on it. Very committed through the cutting.
Oh, Fastest first sector we've seen.
Jeez, got that out sideways.
Looking very, very good. He's just going to make sure he doesn't bin it.
Oh, a little bit rough there coming down Skyline into the dippers.
Looking okay. 100% commitment. A little bit slow through the second split from what we saw from McLeod, but he's still up. Oh, a little bit sideways through Forest Elbow.
Mitch did a really good job here coming down the chase. Really late on the brakes.
Interesting with McLeod's lap, he took a second bite at the throttle through the chase, through the kink, so only driver I've seen do that. Jared stayed on it. This is going to be a good lap. Will we see a 6? Time to beat is a 2:07.032. Jared Filsell around the final corner in the top 15 shootout of the Bathurst 1000. Across the line with a 6.4. Absolutely smashes everyone. What a lap, Jared Filsell. Great job. I think Jared's got us now. You got us there, mate.
Hey mate, how are ya?
Good. Congratulations starting from pole in the Bathurst 1000.
Yeah, cheers. That was a pretty wild lap. The tyres felt good because I knew it was the go to do a quick hour lap just so you know what the grip level is.
That puts you in pretty good stead. Like 6/10 quicker than the next car. That's amazing, mate.
Yeah, I was quite confident because I knew what my optimal was before I started the lap, and I lowered that optimal by probably another half a second, and it was pretty quicker. It was like quite quicker than the times that they were putting down, so it's just a matter of keeping it off the fence, really.
Now, have you talked to your teammate about strategy at all?
No, not at the moment. He's actually enjoying himself out tonight, so I'll work it all out tomorrow, I guess.
Well, obviously, you'll send him a text now and he'll be pretty happy with you, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, absolutely. He'll be loving it, starting from pole.
Well, good luck tomorrow, mate. We'll see you on track.
Cheers, guys.
Well done, mate. Well, that does it for the top 15 shootout. Absolutely amazing session. Absolutely loved that. That was great fun. And big congratulations once again to Jared Filsell in the ANZ Motorsport number 33. Teaming up with Scott McLaughlin tomorrow. And it's going to be a very, very hard team to beat now.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, they've dominated the qualifying session. They've also come in and dominated the top 15. It's going to be a very, very tough competition tomorrow. And you'd be probably a fool not to put a bet on Jared Filsell and Scott McLaughlin to take it out. But, I mean, there's some really good pairings across the field, some really good race strategies. I think it's going to be some interesting racing all across the field, whether you're fighting for the win or you're fighting to just be in the top 30. You're going to see some awesome racing.
We'll run through the top 15 shootout. Jared Filsell, as we just saw, amazing lap. Starts from pole tomorrow. Mitchell McLeod, great lap from him as well, P2. Bocatel in third. Sam Sutton, great job starting from fourth tomorrow. Lee Ellis, teaming with Madison down, they'll start in fifth position. Dean O'Brien in sixth. Chad Chastain seventh. Wayne C. Burke in eighth. Ian Ford ninth. Michael Fabian in 10th position. Then it's Michael Schreier, Sean Kelly, John Latham, the 13 drivers who put down a lap. Josh Muggleton and Chris Coxhead obviously didn't post a lap time. I do believe now we've been joined by Simon Black again. Simon, you got us, mate?
I have, gentlemen.
How fantastic was that, mate?
That was pretty good. There were some pretty close times in there, wasn't there?
That was absolutely nail-biting, so close stuff. It was absolutely amazing.
Well, I'm glad it was good viewing. Obviously, it seems like the pressure really mounts on for the drivers there and makes it quite a lap for them. So, yeah, it was entertaining to watch.
Definitely was. So, now, any further information about tomorrow? Is there any changes to anything for tomorrow, or are we all as we've qualified now?
I believe we're as we've qualified now. So the grid should be yes, the top 15 from the top 15 shootout then from 15 onwards from qualifying before.
In regards to the grid for tomorrow, we will be putting up, or someone will be putting up a session that we need some drivers to assist us with in testing for setting the grid for tomorrow. So if any drivers are around and would like to help out in some testing, please join the session that Simon will be putting up pretty soon.
Yep, I'll put up a room in 5 or 10 minutes and I'll call it grid test, and it'll be open to everyone to join. So anyone who could help, that'd be good.
Thank you, Simon. Might finish it up, Daniel. What a fantastic night.
Yeah, definitely. We'll finish it up for the night. One last call out, Kids with Cancer Foundation. If you haven't donated yet, hit donate.v8online.com.au. Fantastic cause. Get behind it. And I think tomorrow, we might put some running tallies up on V8s Online on our Facebook page. And we'll also run our tally as we're going through the show.
Yeah, we will, and I'm pretty sure we'll be live around about 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. That's Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. We'll have a bit of a pre-race chat. Hopefully get some drivers and get some interviews in before the race, and the race kicks off at 4 p.m, which we cannot wait for.
Yeah, it'll be absolutely fantastic. And the other thing that we'll probably try and keep you updated on is, if we can get some updates, is how the 24-hour Spa race is going, as that's kind of got a bit of a clashing schedule. But it would be a fantastic race to get some details on. So we'll try and keep you up to date with that as well.
Yeah, all your sim racing covered this weekend. An absolutely massive weekend of sim racing. The first lot of proper driver swap races underway. So we really can't wait for what we've got coming up in the future too. So big thanks to everyone who's watched. A big congratulations to all the drivers. Make sure you stay tuned, keep track of everything going on our Facebook page, and make sure you tune in tomorrow from 3:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, v8online.com, and you'll have all the action from the Bathurst 1000 courtesy of OSR V8s Online as part of the V8 Supercar Online Premier Series and Race of Champions 10. This is Jay Kennedy and Daniel Bryan signing out. We'll see you tomorrow.
The time has come to say goodbye to one of the greats of our time. It has seen champions come and go, and entertained the crowd with quite a show.
We are racing at Mount Panorama.
So the refs rise for the final round of the iRacing V8 Supercar Series, the grand finale at Oran Park. We are underway.
He's going to have to jump. Addison down with a fantastic start.
Played on the brakes. Oh, contact.
Oh, Madison's around. Contact there. Madison down's gone round. More contact. Ruggy is around. It's a big one. And he's going to collect it. Huge incident. 3 or 4 cars all in pole.
Run wide. This is it. Jared's going to get a run down the front straight. He's carrying that pace all the way to the start finish line. On this turn, he'll understeer too wide. He's touched the grass. That's where he's off. He's fired off through the gravel. He's got to keep it off the tyres. Oh, it's a battle of the brake pads. They go into the chicane, trying to grab too much curve. A little bit sideways. Madison, I think, got the inside. Oh, almost contact between teammates. Hampstead will win Race of Champions 6. Here he comes. Oh, he's not too much, is he? Oh, he's held onto it. There's a hard stop.
Got Michael Schragen involved.
Go 4. That's crazy. Oh, hold your breath, stuff, as they come into the turns. Oh, the gain through the hairpin. Look how close it is between both. Oh, they're going to pick into the back there in the field. Looks like all the Hyper Simulator Falcons. A dominant season for Madison Down and claims his 9th championship. But a new era is upon us. The car of the future is taking the stage. The future lies behind these wheels, and the defining track to name the crown. who will be named King of the Mountain. Welcome to the OSR Bathurst 1000.